Attention, please. Send your collie to the nurse's station. Send your collie to the nurse's station. Thank you.
Guys! Oh, God. Excuse me on that. Oh, my God, what the hell?
Everybody do the flop. Everybody do the flop.
Oh, God, what a horrible way to start. I got a frog in my throat, and then we get blasted with subs. Holy freaking crap. The Finnish boy coming in with 10 gifted tier 1 subs out to the community. Holy freaking crap, dude. The hell? Come on.
Cinder 7 flop, Cinder 7 flop.
Dude, that Finnish boy gave out 10 tier 1 subs. Holy crap. Finnish dude, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Rex Collie coming with the tier 1 sub for 11 freaking months. Dude, Rex Collie. Get those flops in there. 11 months, dude. 11 freaking months. If we ever get more founders badges, you're getting one. You're definitely getting one. Guys, hi. It's Wednesday. I made it through another couple days of work. I survived. Barely. But we survived. Rex Collie, welcome in. Beta Pop, Biko, Kai Aiden, Toofy Boy, Dr. Fox Official, Deadly Gamer, Jimmy Wolf, Shugaka, and Ugly Hyena. You're not ugly. Don't call yourself ugly. You're a hyena. You're just stinky. Bendy War, Bands a lot, that Finnish boy, Hayden, that guy from Poland. What's up? That guy from Poland? It's that guy. Hey, guy, everybody, it's that guy. He's from Poland. Tofu Nix, I see you up there. Mint the Husky, welcome in. Snowy White Fox, hey. Silver Griever. Silver Griever. Guys, today was an exciting day. We have a new president. Exciting stuff. I'll be honest, I was kind of watching the TV. In the back of my mind, I was like, oh God, something bad's gonna happen. But it actually went pretty well. So that was a fun way to start the morning. And now I get to hang out with you guys. We're gonna talk about medicine. We're gonna talk about vaccines, specifically mRNA vaccines. Because as we get closer to the public being able to actually get mRNA vaccines, specifically the COVID vaccine, it's important to know how it works, what it does, and how it differs from, say, normal vaccines. But I got coffee first. Hold on, let me get this coffee in me. Dude, that Finnish boy, take care. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. That's so kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Happy New Year for real now. Please administer vaccines. Cinder 7
yes.
love.
Yes, I will please administer the vaccine right into your arm. I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you right in the arm. Dude, Numinous Trees coming with the tier 1 sub for 9 freaking months. Numinous Trees, I have you covered under collar care from the roots to the branches. I got you covered. Oh my god. Whoa, holy shit. Blutra, what in the hell? Blutra. 40 freaking, are you serious? Dude, are you freaking serious? What the hell, Blutra? Goddamn! You know I ain't reading all those names. I'm not reading all those names. It's too many. Dude, Blutra coming in with the 40 freaking 6 gifted out tier 1 subs to the community. We got to celebrate. That's a hell of a way to celebrate. Oh my god. Blutra, thank you for the continued support, dude. You've been here for so long and you've been so kind and so generous with your support. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I don't even know what to say. I don't really know what to say. Thank you. God damn. You could have bought like 20 coffees with that money. You know that, right? You could have gotten so much freaking coffee with that. God damn. I ain't even got a chance to take a sip of coffee. I got like 1 sip in me. And then Blutra's like, oh, I'm just gonna throw this in here. What the hell? Jeez. Blutra, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So kind. Oh my god. Metalworking, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the yells. Blutra, I don't know. What can I do for you? I feel bad. I feel guilty. You're so generous and kind, and I feel like I need to give back. Ugh. Are we gonna have class today? We are. We are. You have a story for me? What you got? I'm about to improve this whole guy's career. Well, unless you can get hospital administration to actually give me more money, I don't think you're gonna be able to improve my career, but you definitely made streaming more enjoyable.
Cinder 7 flops, 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 Cinder 7 flop.
Oh my god, so many flops! Guys, just spam the flops while this is going through. Spam the freaking flops right now. Just spam. I want to see nothing but flops in the chat for a second while I get caught up with this. Oh my god. DC Flash, come out the Twitch Farm sub for 2 freaking months with all the Cinder 7 flops. So many freaking flops. I need to get like an auto flop feature for my rig, so I don't have to actually shake my head every time. DC Flash, thanks for 2 months. You're covered under color care from the Foss Beans. I got you covered. Skull Crusher coming out with the Twitch Prime sub for 1 freaking month, guys. That's a new enrollee to color care. You know what that means? It means you're gonna keep spamming those flops. Keep spamming the flops. Skull Crusher, you're covered under color care from the Foss the Beans. I got you covered. I code out Moonstrife. Thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for making Tux dance. Ian the Genesis, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the flock. Welcome in. Now. Beta Pop coming with 100 bits, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the nyams. And thanks for making Tux dance. Can I have coffee now? Will the chat let me have coffee for 2 freaking seconds, please? Just let me get a little couple little licks of coffee, please. Can I get some licks of coffee? No coffee, only flops? Yeah. That's what you think. I can flop and drink. Actually, I'm not going to flop and drink coffee. That sounds like a really bad idea. Oh my god!
Half a year of collie awesomeness. Heart.
Dude, red heart! Oh my god. Mastermind coming with the Twitch Prime sub for 6 freaking months, half a year. Half a year. Mastermind, you're coming under collar care from the brainstem to the ponds. I got you covered. Reinhardt dog coming with the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Dude, Reinhardt, what's up? It's a squeaky dog. Reinhardt, thanks for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. I appreciate it. It's so freaking kind. Ugh. You guys are coming under collar care. Thanks to Reinhardt from Foster Beans. I got you covered. Big Broski coming in with the 23 bits and Min's the Husky coming in with the 14. Did I get them all? Are we done? Are we done? I want my freaking coffee. You're almost late for class. You were almost late. We're not there yet. Wait, where's the story? Snowy. I go in for my physical and the nurse practitioner comes back with, can we do a TB test on you? I still haven't shown you for it. Wait, why are they testing you for TB? What are they worried about? Are you coughing up brown colored sputum? Have you been exposed to tuberculosis? Why are they worried about TB? It's like actually kind of hard to catch TB unless you're actively around people in very close contact with people who have active TB infections. Mint the Husky, thanks for the 18 bits. Guys, if you could believe this, all this flopping, right? When I do that in suit at conventions, by the end of the weekend, my neck is like, ugh. My neck is so sore that by the end of the weekend, I'm doing like my whole body instead of my neck because it gets so stiff.
I'm having chili for lunch, Cinder7S.
You're having chili for lunch? Ooh, what kind of chili? With meat? You do meat in your chili? Is it spicy? Is it sweet? What kind of chili? A friend of mine once made like a sweet chocolate chili. He put like chocolate in it and it was like nice and sweet. Oh, it was a good like summer chili. It was like a light summer chili and it was so good. Cinder loves meat chili. I do love meat chili. Nothing is better on a cold winter night with a fresh snowfall outside your window, a fire burning in the fireplace. It's like negative 20 degrees outside. And you make a nice warm bowl of chili with some cornbread. Oh, and it just sticks to your stomach and makes you feel all warm and cozy. Oh, I love it. The only thing that I would argue is better. The only thing I would argue was better. Waking up in the morning after a fresh snowfall, everything's still and quiet, you ain't got shit to do, and you make a nice, thick, warm bowl of oatmeal. Oh, my mom used to make such good oatmeal when we were kids. I loved it. She would put some butter in there and then take like a big old spoonful of brown sugar and just pour it in there, and then you put the oatmeal. Oh, it's so good. This stuff just sticks to your stomach. Itsy Bitsy Bites, you want a story? All right, hold on. I gotta think of one. I gotta think of one. I'm trying to think if I had any over the last 2 days that I worked. I had the last few days of work have been kind of like, meh. Much love from Indiana near Chicago. Go Blackhawks! Yes, 1 goal. 1 goal. Also, go Cubbies. Did you miss the lesson? Not yet. Your mother's oatmeal can one up my mother. Look. It's not about whose oatmeal's better. It's about the memories of those oatmeals that really make it worth it, okay? It was just like instant oatmeal, I'm sure, right? It was just instant oatmeal, but the memory of waking up and my mom having prepared that, it was so good. Let me check my list. Let me check my list of interesting stories and see if I can come up with one. Or if I have any. What do you, okay, hold on. Itsy Bitsy Bites. Itsy Bitsy Bites. Is there any specific topics? Do you want like stupid? Do you want traumatic? Do you want gory? Do you want like poop? Do you want like gross? Like what kind of story do you want? Give me, just call me Bite. Okay. What, give me some kind of, give me something to work with and I can try to figure out a story. It's hard for me to come up with just stories on the spot, but if you give me like a prompt, I can probably pull up a story related to that. What kind of story do you want? That was a weird way to say Cardinals? Yeah, it's because I didn't say Cardinals. I said go Cubs. Get out of here with that Cardinals stuff. Get out of here. Go back to St. Louis. What you got for me, Bite? What you got for me? Brighton, hey! So guys, while I'm waiting for Byte to give me an answer on what kind of story he wants me to talk about, we are
Go Nats.
Oh, go Nats! Tux is a Nats fan. I don't hate the Nats. I don't hate the Nationals. I don't mind them. I actually was cheering for them when they won, so I'm okay with the Nationals. I'm okay with them. Go Nats! Isa, come in with 100 bits. Isa, what's up? Okay, let the chat decide. Chat, what do you guys want? What kind of story do you want me to talk about? You want to talk about a gross, like a poop story, a blood story, a gore story, a trauma story, something stupid? What do you want? Tell me. I don't know. Tell me. Metalworking. Get out of here with that. Lies.
Stream baby.
Dude, Axel Holt coming in with the tier 1 sub for 9 freaking months. Well, guess what? It's not my baby. I don't want it. I'll take you to Maury to prove that I am not the father of your baby. You are responsible for that baby. It is not mine. I do not want it. You're not going to get allo. You're not going to get alimony. You're not going to get child support. You're getting nothing from me. It's your child, not mine. I don't want children. Axel Holt with the 9 months, dude. Axel Holt, you're covered under collar care. From the Axel to the Holt, I got you covered. Thanks for the stream, baby. That's not mine. Gross score, fun story, blood for the blood god, poop. There's one poop, gross score, trauma, vehicle accident, trauma. Okay, we can do gory. So I had a lady once. I had this is a good one. This is a really good one. I had a lady once that she came into the hospital. She was having chest pain, as you do, right? And we did our workup on her, right? And she was having a heart attack. She was having a non-STEMI, which means that she didn't have a heart attack. There wasn't enough ischemia in the heart to cause changes in her EKG, right? But her troponins were elevated, which indicates, damage to the heart muscle, right? So she was having a heart attack, but not a severe heart attack, but she was having a heart attack, right? There was some ischemic event going on with her heart. So one of the things we do for that is we start them on a medication called heparin. Heparin is a blood thinner. It's a very short-acting blood thinner, but it's a blood thinner. We give you intravenous heparin to try to prevent those clots from getting any worse, right? Especially, or even possibly break up some of them, right? Although generally speaking, it's to prevent them from getting worse, right? So I put this lady on. I started this lady on the heparin drip, and I wasn't really thinking about it much because I had a whole lot of other stuff going on, right? And she calls me into the room, and she's like, "Hey, I'm feeling kind of nauseous." So by the time I get into the room, this poor lady, she had vomited blood all over the room. I'm talking about like not just like on the bed and on herself, but I'm talking like on the floor, on the wall, on the glass door across from her bed. It was like projectile vomit, like bloody projectile vomit just like sprayed the room. And I walk in there and I just see like there's just blood on the walls, there's blood on the bed, there's blood on the floor, she's covered in it. And I was like, what in the hell? It's one of those moments where you walk in and like you get that little like, when you see something that's kind of concerning, you get like that like butthole pucker. You're like, ugh! Right? You kind of like, you walk in, you're like, ugh! It was bad. It was bad. So we ended up, so what we ended up having to do is, I don't know what happened. If she had like an ulcer or if she had some kind of esophageal varices, something was causing her to bleed in her GI tract. Most likely because of the fact that she was on heparin, but something was there that we had just made worse with the blood thinner while trying to save her heart. So we had to put an NG tube in her. I've talked about NG tubes before. NG tubes are tubes that go into your nose and down into your stomach to help decompress the stomach and the bowels and remove gastric contents, right? So I put an NG tube in her. She put out like 500 to 600 mLs of blood like instantly. Like I hooked it up to the suction canister and it just filled up with blood. We were like, what in the hell? It was crazy. It was crazy. It was, I mean, I've never seen anyone vomit that much blood before. Anyways, that's my story about my lady who vomited blood everywhere. I felt really bad for her too because she was super nice, and like she was nice and she was trying to keep it together. She was trying not to like start freaking out. But you could tell she was trying to she could tell she wanted to freak out. If you consider to put her off heparin later, we turn the heparin drip off. Well, the first step you take when you are putting a patient on a blood thinning medication, medications like TPA or heparin, right? if you have them on those medications and they start bleeding, you have to turn it off. It's the first step. Before you do anything else, you turn them off. What a lovely story. Well, thank you. It was, look, if I have to deal with the horrors of medicine, you guys are going to share in my misery. Okay. You're going to have to, because I can't deal with this on my own. If there was one thing I could tell people who wanted to go into medicine, particularly bedside medicine, and even more specifically nursing, if there's one thing I could tell them that I wish someone had told me, it is not as glamorous as you think. The illusion of being a healthcare worker and I'm gonna save lives and influence people and make them live better lives, and I'm gonna help people. Yeah, no, it's all bullshit. You go into work and you try to survive, and everybody sucks and everybody's nasty and they're gross and they're mean and nobody wants your help. They don't want to be told what to do. They just want the pill that fixes everything, and they get mad at you when you tell them it doesn't exist. And they get mad at you when you tell them, like, you put yourself in this situation. I did not do this. You're the one with the disease. Get mad at me all you want, but it's not going to change the fact that you did this to yourself. Is she okay? Yeah, she was fine. She was fine. She was fine. Kai, you understand what I'm talking about. Because I wanted to be a nurse doggo with ER work. Does ER work with wound care very often? We do a lot of, I mean, in terms of like, what kind of wound care? Like, we deal with wounds, we cover them, we clean them, right? We pack them if we need to, but we don't deal with like chronic wounds. That's more like wound care ostomy stuff. Unless the patient comes in specifically for that reason. So say you have a patient who comes in with like a decubitus ulcer, like a bed sore that's gotten really nasty and we need to take a look at it, then I'll do some mild wound care. But generally speaking, wound care for us is pretty much like stop the bleeding, suture up the wounds, keep them clean, that kind of thing. Juice, I am looking at that amazing emote. Guys, Juice's new emote, the Juice Up Looker emote, is probably my favorite emote on Twitch right now. It is so good and so cursed at the same time. I am looking at that emote. Juice, I know a lot of people seem to not appreciate it, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's freaking funny. And it's creepy and cursed and I love it. You have any stories about people trying weird diets? I do. Would you consider a philanthropist a medical personnel or just some dude with bachelor's degree? A physiotherapist. I think I just went. A physiotherapist, like you're talking about like PT? Like physical therapy? Absolutely. I did 3 months of physical therapy for my back and it was amazing. It wasn't cheap, but it fixed my back. Oh, hold on, chat. Oh God. Mika, I'll get to that in a
11
second.
months of the collie. Worth every second. White 21 heart.
Okay. Juice. It's called Only Now by JTech. There you go, Juice. I saw you put that in there. I saw you. Dude, Mika coming with the tier 1 sub for 11 freaking months. Mika. Dragon's Bane. Mika. Dude, thank you for the 11 freaking months, dude. Oh, almost a whole year. Mika Blacksmith, you're covered under collar care. From the anvil to the hammer, I got you covered. Thanks for the 11 freaking months. Almost a whole freaking year. That founder's badge. It looks good. Looks good on you. Tetanus shots don't sound fun. Tetanus shots are they're fine. Not that bad. When cons are back and I get my St. Louis jersey, we can do a stare down picture. Oh, yeah. I have my, let me see. I have my Cubs jersey. I haven't taken a picture with it in a while. But I do have my Cubs jersey. The good one too, the old school like 80s Cubs jerseys with the light blue and the dark blue pinstripes. So good. You should try Murder on VR chat. They updated it. It's amazing. I haven't been in VR in a hot second. It's still sitting over there. I see it right there. Oh, speaking of VR, because we're talking about it, I'm going to be doing a VR stream sometime soon. We're going to be playing The Room in VR. I got some stuff set up so we can do The Room VR, and you guys can see my avatar while I'm streaming. So that'll be fun. So we'll be doing that probably. It might be sometime this week. If not this week, then next week. We're going to do a VR stream because I haven't done one in a while. It's been a couple months. All right. You guys ready to freaking learn? Oh God, I still got some coffee left. Hold on. There we go. Now all my coffee is gone. Let me move my water over here. There we go. Oop. And we'll move the coffee over there. Get that out the way. I need a bigger desk. One of these days, I'll get a bigger desk. I don't like that song. It's a little too chaotic. VR chat hangout when? I don't know. I'm not good in social situations. I get all anxious, and especially it's hard in VR chat. Because I feel like in VR chat, you just like, you feel like you're standing around awkwardly, but like you're standing in your house. So it's like even more awkward because then you're just standing awkwardly in VR while also standing awkwardly at home. So you're standing awkwardly in two places as opposed to one, which doubles the awkwardness. All right, let's learn. Awkwardness, black hole. It just recedes within itself over and over. Infinite recursion of awkwardness. Imagine being a VR chat only streamer. Kudos to the ones who do it, man. It's not easy. Streaming in VR is extremely hard. It's hard enough to keep up with chat and everything on a computer, let alone in VR.
Finally made it. I was busy watching the amazing
Cerulean!
inauguration. It got me like balayla ala on la la ha I pay price.
Cerulean, come with the 100 bits, making me laugh. Thanks for that. And make it Tux dance. Cerulean, thank you. That's what Whiskey does. Whiskey does do VR stuff, and I like Whiskey does that. I know Moss does a lot of VR streams as well. Juice, I know Juice has done a few. Diffuse does a lot of them. It's not easy to keep up. I struggle in VR chat or like VR streams, especially if there are other people with me in VR, because I cannot focus on other people and the chat at the same time. I cannot divide my attention that way. I'm just not good at it. And it's probably because I haven't practiced it a lot, but also it's very hard for me to pay attention to both conversations I'm having with people in VR and conversations and keeping up with chat. I just can't do it. And I feel like it does a disservice to you guys as chat to come in and not be able to interact with me because I'm too busy interacting with other people, right? It's a struggle. It's hard. I can't do it. Even just doing normal VR chat or VR streams in general is hard. Because the perspective of VR and having to actually like do the motions to look at chat and all that stuff, even that can be hard. Ooh. But alas, classroom must continue. Is that a beetle-eatle deleedle? A bodo-odle delodle? Dude, Beta, what's up? What's up? How's that life jacket treating you? Are you staying afloat? Get it? Staying afloat? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It works! I'm telling you, that joke works. All right, class time. Vibing time's over. Time for class. We're going to do the new vibe now is class time. Dude, Beta Pop. Dude, Beta Pop gifted out tier 1 sub to Beetle-eatle deleedle. Boodle-oodle deleedle. Just replace it with any other type of vowel. Beta, you're covered under collar care from the life jacket to the flotation device. I got you covered. Jeez, Beta, thank you for that. Thank you. Spam the freaking flops. Spam the flops. I just want to see flops. Gorb, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Also, I missed a few of these. Oh my god. The Boss 69 TP, thanks for the follow. Nice. And Purple Foxy Fun Time, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Okay. mRNA vaccines. Messenger RNA vaccines. Who was here like a month ago when we did our immune system stream? Who remembers when we talked about the immune system, the difference between the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system, those B cells, the T cells, natural killer cells, right? Who remembers that stream? Because we're going to touch back on some stuff from that. Because it's important to understand how our immune system works before we can talk about how vaccines work, and then in particular how mRNA vaccines work, right? So in order to understand how a vaccine works, you need to know how our immune system works, specifically our adaptive immune system, which is our immune system that remembers, right? So quick recap, your innate immune system is the first part of your immune system. It's very fast to act, but it is non-specific. It just kind of eats everything in its path, right? It's made of phagocytes that just eat bacteria and consume them and digest them and kill themselves, right? It's very good as a first line defense until we get what's called your adaptive immune system. This includes your lymphocytes, your B cells, and your T cells. Specifically today, we're going to be talking about B cells. B cells are responsible for identifying pathogens and making antibodies to bind with the antigens on those pathogens. So let's do a little bit of vocabulary first. So pathogen this is any kind of foreign invader. So this is going to be like your bacteria, viruses, fungus, right? Anything that can this could, you could even do a toxin, right? Toxins, right? This is considered a pathogen. So a pathogen is going to be a foreign invader, something that is not native to your body, that has gotten into your body and is either going to infect you or cause disease or do damage or something. That is a pathogen, right? So for sake of what we're going to be talking about today, the SARS-CoV-2 virus, also known as the coronavirus, is the pathogen. So the pathogen we are going to talk about is going to be the SARS-CoV-2 virus. An antigen is a signaling molecule that is outside. It's on the outside of the pathogen. Now, your body has these signaling molecules on all of its cells. This is how your cells communicate with one another. They're usually just proteins that they stick on the outside of the cell membrane that they can bind with receptors in other cells to communicate between one another, right? Pathogens have antigens on the outside of them. They're proteins. So, for the example of SARS-CoV-2 or the coronavirus, you know that spike protein that everybody talks about? You know, if you've seen the coronavirus, you know what that spike protein, those spikes that come out of it, that is the antigen to the pathogen. So the spike protein is the antigen, the SARS-CoV-2 is the pathogen. So it's a signaling molecule, okay? And then you have an antibody. An antibody is something that your body develops through your B cells and your immune system that binds to the antigens of the invading pathogen to block its ability to bind with your cells. So the pathogen is SARS-CoV-2. The antigen is the spike protein. The antibody is the defense mechanism your body makes to bind to those spike proteins to prevent them from doing their job of connecting and attaching to your cells. So let's visualize this. Now, viruses and bacteria can have multiple different antigens on their surface, right? But here is generally what we're talking about, okay? So this right here is your pathogen, okay? So say this is, you know, so that's your coronavirus, right? And then you have these little proteins that stick out from it, right? These are your antigens. So these are your proteins, your signaling molecules that are sticking out from your virus, okay? So this could be like so we'll just call this like the spike protein. Right? And then this is your antibody. These are developed by your body, specifically by your B cells. And you can see they are designed with a receptor specifically made for that specific antigen. So this binds together, and then this antibody works to block that antigen's job of being able to bind to our cells. That is how your adaptive immune system works. Look at this little shit right here. This little shit right here. This is SARS-CoV-2. These are your antigens, these little proteins. When your body first encounters these, it identifies them, and you start to develop antibodies against it. This usually takes about 3 to 5 days, sometimes longer, it depends. It takes a while. It is not a fast process. It is not a fast process. It takes a long time, which is why you have your innate immune system to get things started and to eat as much as possible and take out as many invaders as possible, while your adaptive immune system gets time to build up a defense by sheer numbers of antibodies, right? If you were to look specifically at the antigen that we're talking about, which is the spike protein, this is what that protein looks like. It doesn't look like much, but this is very important for understanding what we're going to be talking about with the mRNA vaccine. It's your spike protein right there. Is it really that color? I don't know. Okay. All this is just folded polypeptide chains and amino acids that make a protein. This right here is what the mRNA vaccine is going to make in our body. And we'll talk about how that works. So, how do you normally get... Oh my God, Isa! Dude, Isa coming with the tier 1 sub, 5 gifted tier 1 subs out to the community. Holy freaking crap, Isa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait until we can play Among Us again so I can kill you. Isa, thanks for the gifted tier 1 subs out of the community, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Neon Otter, Ginger Jelly Grump, Isla, Samuel Foxo, and Foxy Fun. You guys are all covered under colic here because of Isa. From the floss to the beans, I got you covered. Coach Abby, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. So this is generally how the course of COVID works for someone who is unvaccinated. Okay. If you want, I can organize the Among Us lobby. Shugaka. Maybe I should get some people together. We could do Among Us. That would be a fun VR stream, would be Among Us, but we'd have to get people who want to be on during the day, because I only stream during the day. I don't stream at night, except for that one time I did one night stream on my birthday and it was fun, but I don't know if I'm going to do it again. No, we did the Phasmophobia stream too. Am I the only one that's scared if he said how he said I can kill you? I mean, Mint Husky, don't worry, I can kill you too. So SARS-CoV-2 finds its way into your body, right? Because some idiot wasn't wearing a mask and decided to cough in your face and, you know, being generally a dick. SARS-CoV-2 finds its way into your body, right? This little asshole right here. Screw this thing. Screw you, SARS. You can fuck right off with that stupid spike protein bullshit. Get out of here with that. So someone coughs in your face and you get SARS-CoV-2 virus in your blood, in your face and in your blood and in everything, right? Your innate immune response tries to eat and ingest as much as possible, but it gets overrun by the virus until your adaptive immune response kicks in. This lovely little guy right here comes along. This is your B cell. Your B cells have a bunch of these antibodies on the side of them, right? And your B cells just kind of float around in your lymph and in your blood, waiting to bump up against, say, the spike protein of a SARS-CoV-2 virus, where it then binds to that antibody and activates this B cell. Once this B cell becomes activated, it begins to replicate and it begins to pump out antibodies. That is its whole job. Bind with your antibody to the antigen of an invading pathogen, become activated, and then pump out whatever antibody it was that it got bound to. So if CD40, this is just some random number, by the way, these have nothing to do with any of the stuff we're talking about. If, say, antibody CD40 is the one that the one that connected with the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, your body's going to start producing a hell of a lot of these CD40 antibodies. Okay? Your B cells begin to replicate and divide. Most of those cells are going to turn into what we call effector cells, which are the ones that produce antibodies, but a small majority of them are going to turn into what we call memory cells. Now, these memory B cells, as we call them, remain in your blood, and this is how you develop immunity. Because now next time this gets triggered, you already have an army of memory B cells, specifically with the CD40 antibody, ready to go the next time SARS-CoV-2 enters your body. This is how immunity works. This is how immunity works. We get a closer look at the antibody here. It's just kind of this little triangle-shaped little thing, right? That binds to a specific antigen and blocks its ability to do its job. Go B cell, go B cell, go! Pump out all those antibodies. Yes!
Woohoo!
It's like a bukkake of antibodies in your blood, just everywhere. They need to be activated alongside the antibody in order to trigger cascade that leads to proliferation. Like a what? You know what I said. I didn't want to say it, but I decided to go through for it. Do you guys have any questions about how this adaptive immune system works? Because this is important to know how the system works. Otherwise, you're not going to understand how vaccines work. Can we insert B cells into to a person to another, or does it come from blood transfusion? I don't know the answer to that. We can manufacture antibodies. Any medication recently, if you see any medications with the suffix mab, right? And you'll see them if you watch commercials. If you watch commercials for medications, you'll see a lot of medications that are like something mab, right? For example, the one that we give in the hospital for COVID is called bamlanivimab, which is a hell of a fun word to say. We just call it BAM. But those last three letters, that MAB, stands for monoclonal antibodies. They're manufactured antibodies that we can give to you as a medication. The problem is you can have really nasty side effects and reactions to those because we are essentially manufacturing antibodies for you. And you can have an allergic reaction to it because your body could see that manufactured antibody and go, whoa, 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 whoa. This is its own, this is its own pathogen now. And it can fight that. I want to hear that name again. Bamlanivimab. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. It's what we it's what we give for our COVID patients. We don't have a lot of it. And you have to be in a specific, oh my God, that's so big. There are specific criteria that need to be met for you to actually receive this medication. You have to be within a high risk population to actually get it. Can I get one that's not massive? There it is. Authorized by the FDA. Bamlanivimab. Those last three letters, monoclonal antibodies, MAB. You'll see a lot of these medications if you start watching TV and you pay attention to the medication names, specifically the generic name. You're going to see a lot of medications out recently with this MAB, this monoclonal antibody. It's kind of a new wave of medications that are coming out, right? But these are manufactured antibodies, so we just manufacture these and inject them into you. Lumazia, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Welcome in. So, I want to skip that song. I like it, but it's a little trippy right now, and I don't want trippy. So, the pathogen enters your body. Your body recognizes it by attaching its antibody to its antigen. The B cell becomes activated, then starts pumping out effector cells to fight the infection while also pumping out memory cells to remember that infection. So the next time you see that infection, you already have an army ready to go for it. Those antibodies bind to the antigens of that pathogen, preventing it from being able to attach to anything in your body. That is how your adaptive immune system works. If you want to know more, I don't know, do your own research. So how do vaccines work? So we know how the adaptive immune system works. How do vaccines work? Let's talk about traditional vaccines. So traditional vaccines, say like your influenza vaccine, your flu shot, right? There are a couple ways that they can do this. They can either take an inactivated virus, a very weakened version of the virus, or specific parts of the virus, and essentially grow them. So for example, with the influenza vaccine, what they can do is they can make an inactivated or weakened version of that virus. They inject it into eggs and start to grow a bunch of them.
Cheer one, cheer one, cheer
Oh,
one,
God.
cheer one, 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 cheer one.
Thanks for the 71 bits, Big Broski. I appreciate it. Thank you for the cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer ones. Minta Husky, thanks for the 47 bits. Doesn't it have part of the virus? It has an inactivated or weakened version of the virus. So what we are doing, they injected into chicken eggs? Correct. They use eggs to grow it, right? So they manufacture this virus, they alter it in some way that it maintains its structure while being either less dangerous or not dangerous at all. They then grow a bunch of them, right? And essentially that's what they are injecting into your arm with a standard vaccine. They are giving you an inactivated or very weakened version of the virus or a part of the virus to expose your body to this system, right? They are trying to get the specific virus with the specific antigen into your system so this adaptive immune response can begin sooner and hopefully prior to your initial exposure to the virus, right? Think of a vaccine as a warning sign, right? Or as a wanted sign, rather. So we inject it into your arm, and all of a sudden, your immune system has this giant wanted sign for the flu that says, kill on sight or something, right? We give your adaptive immune response a head start. Because like I said, the adaptive immune response takes time. It takes a couple days. Sometimes it can even take like a week. It takes time. It's not a quick process because your body has to identify it, find the specific antibody, and then just produce the crap out of them, right? Traditional ways of doing this require weakening or inactivating the virus and injecting that into you in a way that your body will recognize. Until COVID came along and we had this technology that they've been sitting on for a while that is not only quicker to develop and safer to use, but never had the funding for it until we suddenly had a once-in-a-century pandemic that required vaccinations and vaccines to be delivered and manufactured quickly, and a lot of money got thrown behind it. And what did we develop? The world's first, or at least the first widely distributed mRNA vaccine, which is what we're going to talk about next. Hawks Floof, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Welcome in. This is the best picture I could find of it. I couldn't find the actual vaccine. I just found a bunch of stock photos of the coronavirus vaccine. Big Broski, thanks for the bits. Thanks for the 6 bits. I appreciate it. So it's like an Amber Alert. I guess that's one way of saying it. Yeah, I guess you could say it's like an Amber Alert. So in order to understand how an mRNA vaccine works, we need to understand how DNA and RNA and protein synthesis works. I'm not going to go into a lot of depth about protein synthesis other than I'll talk about the process that happens. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how it works because I honestly don't know. I don't know all the different amino acids and how it knows which ones to use where, right? But we'll talk about how proteins are synthesized, okay? So who remembers from their biology class talking about the difference between DNA and RNA? Who can tell me the difference between DNA and RNA? Other than the fact that they look different. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is double helixed, comprised of 4 different nucleotides. Your A, your T, your C, and your G. Adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, right? And it is the building blocks of life. It is what tells us who we are. It's what tells your cells what to do. It is what makes us who we are, right? DNA is the star of the show, right? It's all in your genetics. It's all in your DNA, right?
I'm sorta scared to get the vaccine. Low iron blood count is my main fear ATM. Also Cinder is cute and a good susbean and Dingo is Stimgy banana hair Dingo. Much love cutie.
Yeah, the banana hair, the banana hair, it's tasty and potassium rich. So, you know, I wouldn't really call having banana hair an insult for Whiskey because he always has a good source of potassium and food firmly placed atop his head. It's convenient. Tommy, thanks for the 50. Excuse me. Tommy, thanks for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. So DNA, think of DNA as like, I like to think of it like the master book, right? Like the you know, like you're a wizard looking for the master spell book, right? And you find DNA. DNA contains all of the information that tells your body what to do, okay? But that information needs to be transcribed and understood. That's where RNA comes into place. RNA is essentially the transcription of DNA, and it takes the instructions from DNA and decides what to do with it, right? So for the example of what we're going to talk about today, which is protein synthesis, okay, DNA, the DNA in your cells contains information for the types of proteins that need to be made in your cell. The RNA transcribes that, moves outside the nucleus into the cytoplasm where it finds a ribosome. The ribosome then reads the messenger RNA, the mRNA strand, and constructs a protein. That is how your body works. This is what we call protein synthesis. So your DNA and your RNA, they have matching pairs. A good way to remember this, A and T, C and G. Adenine and thymine, apple in the tree. Cytosine and guanine, car in the garage. A goes with T, C goes with G. That's how your DNA works. How this is coded and how these differ, right, determines the function of your cell and of yourself. And it controls everything. All of your genetics. RNA drops the thymine for uracil, so it doesn't use the same force. So you have adenine and uracil, so apple under the tree, I guess, and they still got the car in the garage though. Okay, this is a way that our body reads the DNA and makes and uses it to produce the actions that the DNA is telling it to do. So the DNA is the playbook, the RNA is the thing that get it done, right? So specifically what we're going to talk about today is mRNA, which is messenger RNA. Messenger RNA takes the information from the DNA, creates a strand of compatible RNA or messenger RNA, leaves the nucleus and goes into the cytoplasm. So when we give you an mRNA vaccine, nothing goes into the nucleus. There is no interaction with the DNA. We are bypassing the DNA. What we are injecting into you is a transcoded version, like, right? If essentially what your body would put out if it told you to make that specific spike protein, we're just injecting that into you. It has nothing to do with your DNA. It's not going to alter your DNA. It's not even going to go into your nucleus. It's only going to go into the cytoplasm. Valley Wolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. Random Arctic, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. This is my first time coming to class. Well, welcome in. Oh God, what file was that I was going to use it's not loading now. Oh God, that's okay. Oh, that was my cell. Hold on, I need a cell diagram. That'll work. Wait, maybe. That'll work. Okay. Oh God, it's so big. So here's your cell structure, right? Your normal cell. So in your nucleus here, this is where all your DNA is. It's in the nucleus, right? In the nucleus resides the DNA. The DNA is the thing that has all the instructions for what that cell is going to do, okay? Your body then takes those instructions, transcribes them as RNA. That RNA then leaves the nucleus and goes into what we call the cytoplasm, which is the area outside of the nucleus, kind of the rest of the cell, right? Within the cytoplasm, you have these little things called ribosomes. Where are my ribosomes on here? You have free-floating ribosomes like over here, and then you get ribosomes that are on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. But the ribosome's job is to read that mRNA strand and use it to build proteins. This is what we call protein synthesis. So this little guy right here. So we'll come up with a situation here, okay? So say your body says we need to make protein X, right? So you have instructions in the DNA in your nucleus that say make protein X. Your RNA transcribes that information and becomes a strand of RNA that says make protein X. That RNA then leaves the nucleus, goes into the cytoplasm where it finds a ribosome. That ribosome then reads that RNA that says make protein X and takes amino acids from the cytoplasm and from your cell and builds that protein. It reads the RNA, and in that process, it builds a polypeptide chain that becomes a protein. If Cinder is DNA, then cuteness is his mRNA. Does this make sense? I know this is like biochemistry and in like biology, protein synthesis, but it's important to understand how this works. The ribosome reads the RNA and makes a protein. Now, what determines the protein that is made is the instructions that the RNA interprets from your DNA. Understand? Understood? Because this is where the mRNA vaccine comes into place. What we have been able to do is we've been able to isolate the genetic code that COVID uses to develop this spike protein. We have copied that code, made an mRNA strand with that information, and injected it into your cells. Your cells then read that mRNA strand like they would any other mRNA strand and build the protein with the amino acids that are already in there to make that spike protein. Now, that spike protein by itself, harmless. Harmless to us, right? But what does it do? Well, it triggers your adaptive immune response. Because what your cell's going to do then is your cell is going to take that spike protein and it's going to present it to the immune system on the outside of its membrane. There's a thing called an MHC, which is your major histocompatibility complex, which is like a silver platter that the cell essentially presents that protein to your B cells for investigation. Once your B cell gets activated because of that spike protein, you then develop antibodies against that spike protein. As your body develops antibodies against that spike protein, well, guess what? If SARS-CoV-2 enters your body, you're already ready to go. Your immune system is caught up to date. It's got those wanted signs posted all throughout your body. So the instant this little asshole shows his face, you guys already know what to do. Your B cells and your immune system already knows what to do because you have been fed an mRNA strand that caused your cells to make the protein that's on the outside of the virus so you can get a head start. So basically a vaccine is like using a paper target at a shooting range, using your defense but not actually attacking a real threat. It's a good way to think about it, yeah. So basically the deactivated virus version is made on the fly. Essentially the deactivated virus, there's not even a deactivated virus. The antigen is made in your body so your body can identify the antigen sooner, right? And the antigen itself, it does nothing to us, right? It's just a protein. It's just a spike protein. It does nothing It has no purpose in our body other than to give our immune system a heads up as to what they might be facing if SARS-CoV-2 ever enters our body. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, that mRNA is gonna alter our DNA. No. It doesn't go backwards. DNA gets converted or gets read, or DNA gets interpreted and turned into RNA, which then gets interpreted by ribosomes, which produce proteins so our body can function. This is how protein synthesis happens. It happens all the time in all of our cells. All the time. All we are doing is feeding that machine a little bit of extra information that we made up, or that we developed and we found. All we're doing is utilizing our body's ability to make proteins, to make the protein that we want it to make, so that we can get immunity to the global pandemic that is currently taking over our society. Are all vaccines IM injections? All the ones I know of. Where does it give you the autism? Yeah, it doesn't. If COVID is so dangerous, then how come some people don't get it? Some people probably don't realize that they had it. We don't know why some people have no symptoms. We don't know why some people have mild symptoms. And we don't know why some people have severe symptoms. We know certain things make you more predisposed to having severe symptoms, like having chronic health conditions, especially lung-related issues or immunosuppression issues, right? But we don't really know why. We don't have an answer. I've seen 70, 80-year-old people test positive for COVID with no symptoms, and we've had to intubate a 25-year-old, a healthy 25-year-old, because they had COVID and they had respiratory failure, and everything in between, and we have no idea why. Tina Maz! Really? Hold on, come on. Work! No, work! No, damn it! Hold on. Let me fix this. Now! Why is it going over there? I don't understand. That's not how my hand works. Oh my God. Okay, well, apparently my leap motion is not going to work today. So I'm just going to give it, I don't know, I'm not going to be able to, it's not going to work today. So we're just going to do this. Kita, this is for you. I know you got food. Give me some of that food. I know you got some. Give it to me. I want your food. Please. Food. Cursed hands. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. Let me try something. Let me mess with VC face for a sec. Maybe I can fix it. Let's turn off leap track. Let's turn that off, and then we'll turn it back on, and let's try now. What the hell? It was working earlier. Okay, well, I guess we're just not going to use hands today. I guess I can unplug it then. Let me try this. What-a-do? Unbelievable, Chirping Cat.
Biscuits for the collie.
Unbelievable, Chirping Cat. 500,000 milligrams of morphine. You trying to kill somebody? Dude, Chirping Cat, come up with the 500 Vince. Disappointing, JD. 500,000 milligrams of morphine. Ridiculous. Let's see, will it work now? Nope. Still not working. What if I reset? That's the wrong hand, Dumbo. Okay. Oh, hey, there it goes. Yes.
Cinder 7 flop beep beep Cinder 7 flop.
Dude, Radium Desu coming with the 2 1 sub for 4 freaking months. Radium Desu, you're coming under collar care. From the antlers to the little deer tail. I got you covered. Radium, thanks for the 4 months. 4 months. I appreciate it. Negative Delta. Okay. You know. Negative Delta, you got food. Can I get that coffee? Can you give me that coffee, please? Give me that coffee. I want some, no sugar, no cream. Just black, please. Just black. Give me that coffee. Give me that coffee. I said, give me that coffee. You better give it to me. I want that coffee. Hiding it from me. Holding it from me. I'm gonna get that coffee. One way or another, I'm gonna get it. That's about all I got about for my lecture today. I had to cut out a lot of stuff about protein synthesis and DNA and RNA because I was trying to keep it approachable. But the long and short of it is, we give your cells instructions to make the protein that's on the outside of the COVID virus so that your body can recognize that protein and begin to develop defenses against it before ever being exposed to the virus itself. That is how the vaccine works. It does this by using and utilizing systems already within our cells that already do the jobs that they're supposed to do, and just feeding it information to do make it do what we want it to do, and to make the proteins that we want it to make. There's no altering of your DNA. There is no manufacturing weakened versions of the virus. It's just RNA in a lipid like microparticle, so it can slip into the cell. But over time, that RNA that we inject into you begins to degrade and go away. So it doesn't even stay with you for long. And eventually it goes away, and those proteins get presented to the immune system, and your immune system mounts a defense, and then you're ready to go. I've gotten both shots, and I've had no issues. Do you have VODs for the majority of your lectures? Yeah, I have them on Twitch and I have them on YouTube. But I have done, most recently, we just got off of, we were doing a neuroscience kick. We were talking about neurotransmitters and drugs and how they affect your brain. This was my first lecture that I haven't done a neurology based one in a while. And I felt like this was pertinent to talk about, considering the fact that the COVID vaccine is going to become more readily available here in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. I heard there's 4 versions of the COVID vaccine. It depends on the manufacturer. Did you have any soreness at the injection site? Yes. Dude, I got a NOR. I think I said that. I got a NOR coming out the tier 1 sub for 1 freaking month, guys. That's a new enrollee, the Collie Care. You know what that means? Spam the spam the freaking flops. I want to see flops. I want to see a wall of flops in the chat right now. I see a wall of freaking flops. Totally not Chip. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Are you sure you're not Chip? By making your name totally not Chip, it makes me think that you're Chip. Look at all those flops. Yes. Also, for anybody who's not subscribed, you can, if you download Better Twitch TV, you can have access to all of our emotes, both the ones available for tier 1 subs, tier 2 subs, tier 3 subs, and all the ones that I can't currently use because apparently Twitch doesn't want me to be a partner, even though I've applied 3 times. You can have access to all of those emotes for free through the Better Twitch TV extension on your web browser. Please do it so you can use them in the chat and be, you know, feel part of the chat and spam with us. Starless Snow Leopard, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. What about mutation of the viruses? As far as we know, the virus didn't mutate away from this protein. So as far as we know, the vaccine still works. Jeff Bezos is very picky about his partner. Well, they didn't even give me a reason for it. So like the first time I applied, they said I wasn't streaming enough. The second time I applied, they said that my recent suspension, which was back in September, I was still within the window of I couldn't apply for partner because of the suspension. They didn't even give me a reason this time. They just said, oh, we need to watch your channel more. I don't know, what the hell? So I don't know. I guess I'll wait another week or 2 and try again. So if you kill the protein, you kill the virus. No, the protein is what helps us identify the virus so your body can attack it. It's also what helps the virus attach itself to your cells. So the protein is very important because it's what we use to identify it, but it's also what the virus uses to get into your cells. What did I get suspended for? Guys, can we get some Cinder Kennels in the chat? Cinder Kennel emote, please. I got sent to Twitch jail back in September. I got sent to Twitch jail because we were talking about wound care, and I shared a video about maggot therapy that Twitch deemed to be excessively violent and graphic. And they suspended me for a week.
Casually drinks an entire bottle of ketchup in class RR inverted question mark.
Cerulean, I can't even be mad at you because that's just straight up disgusting. Nasty. A whole bottle of ketchup. You are as disgusting. Cerulean, thanks for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out of these bars can't hold me forever. Let me out! Let me out! These bars can't hold me! Let me out! I can break these cuffs! As opposed to the video games, exactly. As opposed to, say, you know, what is it, Outlast, where you literally watch a lady give birth and then die and all the gross shit that happens in that. That's okay, because it's, you know, video games. And, you know, ripping demons apart in Doom was perfectly fine, but medical teachings was deemed inappropriate. And it was an interesting video, too. Maggot therapy is really interesting. It's gross, it's disgusting, but it's part of medicine like anything else, and it should be talked about. Who's most likely next on the vaccine priority list? It's going to be 65 and olders. And then after that, probably be people who work in, like, I don't know, jobs that require them to be in person with other people. I don't know. I don't know what the rollout's going to be. I have no idea. Honestly, I got mine, so I'm at the point now where I'm kind of like, everybody else get theirs when it's your turn. Just go for it. But I got mine, so new variants have been found only affect its infection rate. The important structures used to ID the virus in the immune system post-vaccination still works. Yeah, it's just more infectious, but it's not more deadly. It's just more infectious. The enzyme in the stomachs of maggots kill bacteria. That should fascinate everybody. And also the fact that they're like microsurgeons. If you put maggots on a wound with necrotic tissue, like dead tissue, they will only eat the dead tissue. They will not eat healthy tissue. So if you have a bunch of dead tissue in a wound and you need to get it cleaned out, your options are going to be like surgery, debridement, or maggots. And the maggots do a great job. They do better than humans because humans don't get all of it, and humans will cut into healthy flesh as well. Maggots don't eat healthy flesh. They only eat dead flesh. So that actually works extremely well. Which hospitals put microchips in syringes? Only ones who take Medicare and Medicaid. None of them do. There are no microchips in there. It's asinine that people people are so freaking stupid, guys. I'm sorry. I deal with stupid people all the time at work, and the people who say that there are microchips what? I don't understand. I don't understand. According to the maggots, sure. Has anyone ever really checked though? I'm sure I saw one nibbling on healthy tissue and no one was looking. Oh, they may take a bite or two, but you know. Once again, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be better than humans. Oh my god! Dude, Chirping Cat, what the hell? Chirping Cat coming with the 7 gifted out tier 1 subs to the community. Holy freaking crap, Chirping Cat. 35 gifted subs and you've only been here for like a couple months. What the hell? Chirping Cat, thanks for gifting out those 7 tier 1 subs. You guys are covered under collar care from the flops to the beans. I got you covered. Can we get more flops in the chat? Just flop it up. Just fuck it up with flops. Melina, I'm not surprised. People generally take, you know, published material and use it as gospel when its original meaning is lost. I got a bilateral sagittal split osteotomy last Monday. What in the hell? I gotta look this up. Oh, they did surgery on your jaw? Ugh. How are you feeling? Ugh, I'm looking at pictures of this. Numb and a little swollen. How's your pain? You feel okay? Ugh, God, that sucks. They like did surgery on your jawbone. Ugh. Ugh. Anyways, that's my lecture for today. It was kind of a shorter one. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about with the vaccine because once you kind of understand how protein synthesis works and how our immune system works, it's pretty straightforward after that. We just trick your body into making the proteins that we want it to make so it can trigger your innate or your adaptive immune response to build up a defense against SARS-CoV-2. I don't want to be microchipped. Carry smart. Exactly. Okay, exactly my point. First of all, the people who stormed the Capitol 2 weeks ago and had their cell phones on and took selfies and videos, are you stupid? Do you just go into the bank and you hold up your gun to the teller with your hand, you know, your gun in one hand and your cell phone in the other? Like, hey everybody, what's up on Instagram? I'm holding up this bank right now. Give me your money. What's up, guys? Love you all. Holding up this bank. Oh my God. Like that, that's the same fucking energy. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's ridiculous. And then they're worried about having a microchip placed in them. Meanwhile, they carry a device that listens to you and tracks you. Not even just your location. It listens to you, tracks your location, tracks your search history, where you're going, what you're doing, who you're with. It can tell you who you're with based on their information. It's ridiculous. The same people who warned us as children not to share public stuff or not to share personal information online decided to live stream their attempt at an insurrection. Think about that. The same people who told us not to believe everything we read on the internet believe everything they read on the internet. The same people who told us that video games are going to rot our brain are the ones who let the news rot theirs. A little ironic, isn't it? I've never seen anybody play video games to the point of deciding to, you know, start an insurrection and stage a coup. I remember I was in that weird time when I was taught how to do citations via book in middle school. And then I was taught how to do citations from online articles. I was in that weird transition period where you would go from having to cite books in a library to having to cite articles online and having to learn how to do that both on hand and then actually having to, and then eventually using all the websites and whatnot, right? And I remember all of the teachers and professors saying, oh, you got to get it from a book because if you get it online, anybody can edit it, right? Don't just take the stuff off of Wikipedia, right? And then like 15 years later, right? Those same people are saying, well, you know, that my friend on Facebook posted an article that said Hillary runs a sex ring out of a pizza shop. It must be true. It's like, are you freaking stupid? Think for 2 seconds for yourself. Sorry, there's a lot of frustration built up in this over the last year of dealing with these idiots. Mainly because I've seen I remember a time before the internet. I remember a time before information, before social media. I remember a time before information was so readily available to anybody. And I remember a time before everybody had a platform, regardless of how good or bad their message is. And the people who had bad messages fell to the wayside because nobody was willing to listen to them and nobody would give them a platform. Unfortunately, now everybody gets a platform because everybody can make a Twitter account, except for apparently former president who's been suspended, but you know. Anyways, that's my rant for the day about all that stupid stuff. Patients in the VA hospitals claiming COVID is a hoax, as they're put. You know what? I just want to take. I have this like fantasy, right, of a patient or someone being like, oh, COVID's not real, it's just a hoax, and like grabbing them by the back of their neck and like pushing their face into the window of a patient who's intubated on with a COVID patient who's intubated and being like, look at it with your own fucking eyes and look at what this is doing and how this is killing people and look at it. You want to go in the room. Why don't you? You don't believe it's real. Go in the room with the patient who's intubated on a COVID patient who's intubated. Go in there. Go take care of them. What are you afraid of? It doesn't exist. Go in there. I so badly would love. I just the cathartic release of being able to do that would be fantastic. I had a lady the other day on Monday. We tested her for COVID and she came back positive. She was like, well, I don't think I have COVID. I said, it doesn't matter what you think. You have it. Like what you think doesn't matter. We tested you for COVID and it came back positive. You have COVID. What you think is irrelevant. And she just gave me this look and I'm like, you have COVID. Sorry. Well, I don't think I have it. Your thoughts mean nothing. I've watched people die from it, for God's sake. Don't tell me it's not real. I had it once. At one time I had two patients. One patient, this poor old lady came in for COVID. She was sick as a dog with COVID. She had to be put on oxygen. She had pneumonia. Like she had all the classic COVID symptoms, right? And I was talking with her. I was like, well, how did this happen? How did you get this? She was caring for her son who had tested positive for COVID at home, who eventually had to come into the hospital and who eventually passed from it. So not only did she have to lose her son to COVID, she then got COVID by taking care of her son while he was dying from COVID. And now she is in her own world trying to fight COVID herself that she got from her dead son. In the other room, down the hall, this jackass, why are you guys wearing all that stuff on your face? You know COVID isn't real. I just wanted to strangle him and drag his ass to that room next door and say, look at her and the shit she's been through and tell me it's not real. You want to know the hardest part about nursing? You want to know the hardest part about medicine is dealing with that. Is having to look that same patient, that person who just told you that COVID's not real, while you have a grieving mother in the other room fighting for her life. And having to treat that patient with the same standard of care as you do the other lady. That is the hardest part about medicine, is being unbiased and unjust. Or not unbiased or unjust, but being unbiased. And giving everybody the same level of care regardless of how much of a piece of shit they are. That is the hardest part about medicine. Screw that guy. He was such a dick. I took pleasure in putting that IV in his arm. That's one of those patients that you accidentally miss on the IV a few times. Oops, sorry. I didn't quite get it again. Let me go grab a bigger needle. Okay, hold still. Oops, I missed that one too. Okay, let's put one in your neck. . Ridiculous. I never forget seeing a nurse report about a doctor nurse crying. I've cried with patients. I can generally keep it together. But I over the last year, I've cried with patients. Patients who have lost their loved ones to COVID who are now fighting it. I can empathize with them. If you beat him up, you have to take care of him. Yeah, but at least he might actually be sick. And he was there for something stupid, right? It was like nothing. It was like some stupid reason. It was a waste of resources. It was a waste of bed. It was a waste of space. That's all it was. It's being very cathartic. It feels good to get it out, yeah. But I mean, Tux and I complain about people all the time. One of the best things about having someone, about dating someone who's also in medicine is we totally get it. We totally understand each other, and we just rag on people all the time, all the freaking time. It's so much fun. People don't realize how vaccinations work, but ultimately benefited from its success as prevention treatment. Yet because they don't understand, they're willing to fight against it. I think a lot of people's confusion becomes misplaced anger, right? When people are confused, they get frustrated, and then they get mad at whatever the first thing they can get mad at. And instead of being like, man, maybe I should learn about this, they just say, oh, I don't understand it, so it must be fake. Because I don't get it, because I don't understand it, it must not exist, or it must not be real. Or the people who make it must be evil because I can't understand it, because I'm not willing to understand how it works. Last time I went to the ER, I said sorry to the ER staff over something I have no control of, body shakes. You don't have to apologize to us. Just, the best way to make it through the emergency department, be honest. Okay, if you come into the emergency department for anything, be honest about what's going on. Don't lie to us. We're not stupid. We'll definitely know when you're lying, and we're definitely going to make fun of you if you lie to us, especially for something stupid. You did not fall on the shampoo bottle and it magically found its way up your rectum. It doesn't happen that way. You're trying to put something up your butt and now it's stuck up there. Just be honest with us. Just tell us. Just be honest with us. We're fine. We're going to make fun of you either way. But at least if you're honest with us, we'll respect you for being honest. Okay? Just accept that. We're going to make fun of you. It's fine. You come up with something. If you have something stuck up your butt, we're going to make fun of you. All right? So be honest with us. Number one. If you do drugs, if you took meth that morning, or you snorted cocaine, or you shoot up heroin, tell us. We need to know so we don't kill you. We're not going to tell the cops. We legally can't tell the cops. If the cops want information on your medical records, they have to get a warrant for it. We cannot tell them. So be honest with us. Did you snort cocaine this morning and now you have chest pain as a 25-year-old? That's pertinent information. We want to know why your chest pain started. If it started after you snorting coke, that's probably a likely suspect. So tell us. So be honest with us. Be concise. I don't need to hear your life story. Okay, so when did your chest pain start? Well, it all started 5 years ago when I, broke up with my husband, and my chest pain started then. When I didn't really think about it, that was 5 years ago. And no. What happened today? The amount of times I have to cut a patient off and say, what made it an emergency today? What happened today? What changed today? Why are you here now? I don't care if this has been going on for 5 years. Something happened today that made you say, I need to go to the emergency department. What is it? Be honest. Be concise. Give us pertinent information. What medications do you take? Do you not know what medications you take? Well, then you need to know what medications you take. There's no excuse in this current day and age, with cell phones being as prevalent as they are. There is no damn reason why you shouldn't know what medications you're taking, the dosages you're taking them, and how often you're taking them. They're on the bottle. Just put a note in your phone, for Christ's sake. Take pictures of them. I don't care. But know what you're taking, because it's important. Owl Teeth, thanks for the follow. Damie, Edeloy, thanks for the follow. Quaff, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Know what medications you're allergic to. It's important. I don't want to kill you. Yuki Wataj, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Holy crap. Firestar. Dude, Firestar coming into Twitch Prime sub. Guys, that's a new enrollee to Collie Care. You know what that means. Spam the flops. Spam them. Firestar, you're covered in a collie cap. Some thoughts of the beans. I got you covered. Red Blue Knight, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. The Big Broski, thanks for the bit. Honesty, concise information, and pertinent information. If you have a loved one, if you're married, if you have a boyfriend, if you have a child, have a list of their medications as well. I have in my phone, I have a list of medications that I've taken or that I've taken. Any allergies, I don't have any, but any allergies, if I had it, I'd keep it in there. I have a list of all my doctors that I see, my cardiologist, my primary care doctor, right? I have a list of my doctors in there in case they ask, oh, who's your cardiologist? I can tell them who my cardiologist is, right? So I have a list of that. But not only that, I have all of Tux's information too. Because God forbid Tux sets up in a situation where he is unable to give that information, I have that readily available as well. So if the doctors ask me, what is he allergic to? I can tell them what he's allergic to if he is unable to do so. There is no excuse for not knowing this information. Sorry I missed class because my internet went out. I was eating a Big Mac with no pickles and large fry and medium Diet Coke. 600 North Clark Street. Is that the one right across the street from is that the one right across the street from Wrigley Field? There used to be a McDonald's right there. Because you're a good ER nurse boyfriend? Because it's basic stuff! You should know this!
If anyone has an iPhone, the information inside the medical ID feature is encrypted.
There you go.
So if you want to open up your contact card and put it in there, that should be fine.
Isa, thank you for the amazing tip. Thank you. Thanks for the 100 bits as well. There's no excuse for you to not have the information for both yourself and your loved ones. It might save your life. And then, the last thing I'll give you for the emergency department, be patient. Be patient, please. If you are not getting swept right back to the room, if you're having to wait out in the waiting room for a little bit, it's a good sign. It's good. You know who goes back first? Patients who are dying. Those are the ones who go back first. So if you have to wait a couple hours, consider that a good sign. If you get brought back right away, it either means that we had open beds and there was no one back there, or it means that you're actually really sick. Sizik, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Shad Varick, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Death 2021, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. So be patient with or be honest with us. Give us a concise history of what's going on. Give us all of your pertinent information, medications, allergies, surgeries, all that stuff. Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do drugs? All the stuff we need to know. And then be patient with us. And I promise you, your emergency department experience will be better. I'll leave you with this on this topic as well. The patients who are mean, the patients who are nasty, the patients who call out all the time, who demand things of us, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to ignore you. If you're screaming for someone to come in and see you, and you're perfectly capable of hitting the call button, we're just going to ignore you. The last thing I want to do is go into a room of someone who's been a dick to everybody else. Now, am I going to let you suffer? Absolutely not. I'm going to give you the same level of care that I give everybody else. At least the same base level of care. Am I going to go out of my way to get you a cup of water and a pillow? Hell no. You must be damn crazy. You called me an asshole. Why would I get you a pillow? Should have thought about that before you called me an asshole. Oh, you want a pillow now? Well, guess what? We don't have any. We do have pillows. But we don't have any. As far as you're concerned, we don't have any pillows. But I saw someone with one earlier. Yeah, they got the last one. I'm sorry to tell you that. Pillowint. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox now.
Sometimes I do think our civilization will just fail due to stupid people, and that goes for everyone. Everyone who can't comprehend anything.
It's idiocracy, man. It was a documentary, it wasn't a movie. Big Broski, thanks for the 50 bits. Tomorrow's stream, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock, welcome in. Internet came back near the middle of class. That's water in the bridge. What's up, Bubba? Welcome in. Also, to make your medical ID available from the lock screen on your phone, turn on show when locked in an emergency. This gives information. That'll help as well. Or if you are like a diabetic or something and you haven't gotten a medical alert bracelet, those will also help as well. As much pretty much the more information that you can give us that's relevant to why you're there, the better. But you don't need to ramble on. You got to cut it down, right? We generally have idea. Like as soon as you come in with a complaint, and you start telling us why you're there, the doctors and the nurses, we generally start to figure out what we're going to do with you from the get-go, right? If you're like a 70-year-old who comes in with chest pain, we're going to start working you up for chest, for cardiac things, right? If you're a 30-year-old who comes in with right lower quadrant abdominal pain, we're going to start assuming that you have appendicitis and work backwards from there, right? We already kind of know what we're going to do. So you can just give us the basics and we'll figure it out from there. You need a Cinder 7. I have a Cinder Angry. It's on Better Twitch TV. That's pretty much me right now. Ah! This is what I just want to scream. Anyways, on the flip side, the patients I love the most are the ones who are understanding and who are down to earth and who take responsibility for their decisions. I can't be upset with you if you take responsibility. Like, why did you decide to skip dialysis today? I don't like it. It makes me feel like crap. Okay. None of this like, oh, I forgot, I didn't go. Like, no, how do you forget to go to dialysis? You don't forget to go to dialysis. You just didn't want to go because it makes you feel like hell. Which is fine. Just be honest with me. Honesty goes a long way in the emergency department. You have Franker-Z, you have FFZ. Is that the Franker-Z face one? Basically, go with the most likely cause based on this. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes we cast a wide net, or we generally cast a wide net. And then you just kind of see what hits, and then you go from there. But if a patient comes in with right lower quadrant abdominal pain and they still have their appendix, appendicitis is like the #1 thing we think of, because you gotta get that appendix out of there sooner rather than later. What's the percentage of nice understanding patients to asshole ones? So you have probably about I'd say 20% of patients are complete dicks. I'd say you have like another 25 to 30% that are nice. And then the last 50%, like 50 to 55% are patients who are just kind of neutral. I should get the Peepo G. I thought I had Peepo G. Or not. Yeah, I have it. Dude, broski, thanks for 20 bits. What happens if an appendix bursts inside someone? You go septic and you die. That's it. Yeah, when your appendix bursts, you need to go to surgery right away. If you don't, eventually you'll be leaking stool into your abdomen, and that stool will develop into a septic infection, and then your organs will shut down, and then you'll die. Assuming you haven't crumpled over in pain at that moment. Dude, Deadly Gamer! Wait, what? Why didn't it go off? What? Why didn't it go off? I don't understand. Well, Deadly Gamer, you're coming under collie care for the plots of the meetings. I got you covered. That is weird. I didn't go off, but I got you covered. Here, I'll give you a fake one. Here, hold on. Dude,
This
Deadly Gamer.
is a test.
Deadly Gamer, come out with the 2 on sub for 1 freaking month. Guys, that's a new enrollee to collie care from the plots of the meetings. I got you covered. There, I got you that. There you go. What are the early warning signs that your appendix is about to burst? Well, right lower quadrant abdominal pain, usually a fever, upset stomach. Do many people need their appendix removed? It depends if it gets inflamed or not. We don't take out people's appendixes unless they're appendi. I've never had to refer to multiple appendixes. We don't generally take out your appendix unless we need to. The only time we need to is when it gets inflamed and infected. 3 people you should never lie to: your lawyer, your accountant, and your healthcare practitioner. Exactly. We don't really care what you do. We've seen much worse than whatever you're coming in with. I can promise you that. You got a cucumber up your butt? Guarantee you I've seen someone with something bigger up their butt. Tell me how it got up there. Oh, you were cooking naked in the kitchen and you sat on the table and it went up there? Yeah, I don't believe you. It's not how it works. That's not how it works. Had a lady try that argument with us. Yeah, I was cooking naked and I sat on the couch or on the counter and the cucumber just went up my butt. Yo, okay. No lubricant. Cucumber was standing straight up and down, and you sat on it hard enough with enough force to get up into your rectum, and you didn't stop. Yeah, okay. Okay, there. You do the anybody who's ever worked in retail, or any kind of forward-facing job when you have to deal with the general public, when people start yelling at you and you're just like, okay, yeah, sure, okay. You're just like, you're checked out. You're not listening anymore. You just keep saying okay to them, like, okay, yeah, sure, okay. You like the stream a lot? Well, thank you, Deadly Gamer. I appreciate it. Thank you. I've been to a furry con. I've definitely seen bigger. Yeah. Yeah, some of you guys go a little hard. No pun intended. My butt was hungry and he tried to eat the cucumber without asking me first. Oh God. Could you imagine if your butt could eat? And like, you're like, okay, well, we got the family around the table here. Everybody pull down your pants. It's time to eat. And all your family members pulled down their pants and slapped their butt onto the plates, and they just like, could you imagine how horrible that would be? There's a South Park episode, yes, with the butt faces. Thanks, I hate it. Zero. The sad emote. I should make that
The
scream.
fitness gram pacer test is a multi-stage capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
Broski, I haven't heard that in forever. Thanks for the 100 bits. Oh my God, Sheeb, you did. You did. There's a show about living butts. Wasn't there one on Adult Swim, like Assy McGee or something? What was that one? Yeah. Was that on Adult Swim? Yeah, it was on Adult Swim. He was like a detective. It was a cartoon, yeah. Yeah. But did you had any contact with antibiotic resistant? Yeah, oh God, yeah. We deal with MRSA, VRE, ESBL, which is that even, is ESBL, is it antibiotic resistant? Yeah, so ESBL is one that not, so there's like, you have MRSA, VRE, ESBL. There's a couple other ones. Those are the ones that we see the most often. MRSA is your methicillin resistant Staph aureus. VRE is vancomycin resistant endococcus, I think. Vancomycin resistant enterococci. And then you have MRSA, methicillin resistant Staph aureus, and then your ESBL, which is it's like end stage and extended spectrum beta lactamase, something like that. They don't really bother me. MDR-TB, multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. Ugh. Thanks for helping people. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I wish more people appreciated the help and weren't assholes, but you know, the ones who do appreciate it go a long way to keep us doing what we're doing. Regarding what you said about asshole patients, whenever I go to medical appointments, I treat the nurses and doctors like my own mother and father. I speak when spoken to, answer questions when asked, no excuses, do what they ask. They ask me to strip down, I don't hesitate, I strip. They ask me to pull down my pants, check for a hernia, I pull them down. Turn your head and cough. Doctor recommends for something to me, they know more than me. See, that's how it should be, Bubba. That's how it should be. It's a Wally. Yes, I am. I'm an ER nurse. Emergency department. Cockeyed? No, cockeye. Enterococci. It's a type of bacteria. Don't be putting words in my mouth. Okay, guys, I gotta do a quick bio break real quick, and I'm gonna refill my water, and then we're gonna play more Lightmatter. What's MEPS? MEPS? Medical expenditure panel survey? What?
Don't mind me just making my total bits 420.
Dude, ISA! 420. Nice. Hold on, where's my Tim guest 420? There we go. Nice, Isa. You wanna pass me a little bit of that, please? Give me some. Pass me a little bit. A little puff pass. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get some more water. I gotta take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Do me a favor. Watch the sheep. Okay, watch the sheep for me, please. Don't let them leave. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm coming. Hold on. Did you guys lose any sheep? Yeah, my cords. Well, that was fun. I came back at like the perfect time. Also, can we, okay, I think we finally have a successor to the
20-meter pacer
Battle
test
of
will start
Jammers.
in 20 seconds. Line up at the start now.
No, I don't wanna. You do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Bro, Big Broski, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. I'm not doing the damn test. Dude, guys, Dog Jam Yeah, so we're gonna, everybody's, ditch the pog and embrace the dog. It's time for Dog Jam to take over everybody's channel. Dog Jam is better than Rat Jam and Cat Jam and Otter Jam. It's the best one now. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. Nova the Fox, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. XX Mito, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. Welcome in, guys. Yeah, there we go. Look at all that. Look at all those jams. Thanks, D. Brendan. Medical workers do so much, deal with so much. Cinder has touched so many butts and genitals in his career. Cleaned up a truckloads of poop. Maybe been vomited on. I have been vomited on. Been threatened, smelled the worst smells. Probably seen someone die in front. I've seen multiple people die in front of me. Treat medical workers like you would treat a family member. They're doing so much work during COVID. Cinder's exhausted. I am freaking tired all the goddamn time. Shugaka, I disagree with your chart there. Rat Jam is second. It goes Dog Jam, Rat Jam, Cat Jam, Otter Jam. All right, guys, let's get back into Lightmatter. This game was, I like this game. It was good. We make the rules in this dogmocracy. We do make the rules in this dogmocracy. After you make the rules for us to vote on. But, semantics. Yeah, semantics. Hold on, before we switch into Lightmatter, I gotta talk about something real quick. Because I was talking about with my colleagues the other day with this. So, we recently went back to a no visitor policy in the hospital. Which means, especially down in the emergency department, it means no family members around, which is awesome. Right? Because it means I don't have to deal with people coming up and asking all these stupid questions. One of the things that I used to do, and I still do it, and my colleagues have admitted to this as well. Have you guys, who here has ever watched Seinfeld? Who's ever seen the episode of Seinfeld when George is talking about how if you just look busy and annoyed all the time, people don't ask you for things? Has anybody ever seen that episode when George is just like, he's at his desk and someone comes in and he's just like, I guess I'll find time to do it. Because he's like all busy. He's trying to act all busy, but really he's not doing anything, right? Sometimes what I'll do at work, if I'm sitting at the nurse's station just kind of hanging out, waiting for something to happen, and a patient's family member comes out of the room and starts like, they always look the same. They're always like, they like look around trying to get someone's attention. And like, if they make eye contact with me or try to get my attention, I'll always do the same thing. I'll kind of like gently hit the desk. So I'll kind of be like I'll hit the desk and I'll push my chair back and I'll get up and I'll walk away like very quickly and angrily. And I'll be like, oh, I gotta go do this. Or like, oh, I forgot to do this. And I'll like bolt away from the nurse's station on like a fast walk. And then as soon as I'm out of sight, I just calm down. I just chill. I'm like, yeah, I got nothing to do. I just didn't want to deal with you. So if you ever are looking to get the attention of a nurse and you see them like get up in a huff and walk off in a quick pace to try to go do something, they're probably just avoiding talking to you. Because once again, if you just look busy, no one will talk to you. I also do it sometimes. I've gotten really good at being able to look directly through people. Like if a patient member's in the hallway, like I'll see them, but I'll just look right past them. And you just keep walking. Just don't break your stride. And they'll be like, excuse me. I'll be like, sorry, I can't help you. And you just keep walking away. Kai, I know you've done it, Kai. I know you don't. You know what I'm talking about. You get up in a huff and you like storm off and you're like, oh, I got to go do this thing. And then as soon as you're clear of the vision, you're like, yeah, no, I got nothing to do. Just look busy. That is a good skill to have. If you don't want to deal with people, just look busy, because nobody wants to interrupt or mess with someone who's busy. Does no visitors include family of dying patients? Depends. Sometimes we make exceptions, but some patients have passed by themselves. I'm also a sucker to helping out. Yeah, Kai, I was too until I got down to the ER. The ED kind of burnt me out of that. Now I just I take care of my patients, and otherwise everyone else, I'm just kind of like, can't help you, sorry. All right, I'm loading up Lightmatter. Sing this while doing a floppy dance. Ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna break my stride. I ain't talking to you. You're not my patient's family member, so I don't really give a shit. Here you go.
All right now.
All right, that's right. We are heading towards the R&D.
When it comes to you, nothing can ever be simple. That elevator was your quickest way out. But I have an idea, and it involves making this partnership mutually beneficial. You are going to be my assistant. Try to contain yourself.
Oh, I want to be an
You
assistant.
will be moving deeper into the facility
Oh,
through
yeah.
our research and development
Take
department.
me deeper.
Before I allow you in, I would like to make something abundantly clear. Be careful with what you touch, and no photographs.
Okay. I get to be an
I'll
assistant.
tell you more about the plan as I work out the details. Do not make me regret this, and remember to do exactly as I say.
Eh. Cinder is cute. Press 1 if you agree. Can I get some ones in the chat, guys? Can we get some ones? That isn't always true, Cinder. I've had people hold their horns until they are helped. Even then, are a-holes about it. Ooh, pretty. Let me see, can I bump my settings now that my computer's running well? Can we try, ooh, can we go medium? Oh, excuse me. Ugh, this is sneezy.
So, assistant, this is where we develop our photon connectors. Everything you see here is confidential, expensive, and fragile.
Okay.
Don't treat it like you treat my elevators.
Your stupid
Or
elevators
bridges.
broke on me. Thank you for the blesses. I appreciate it. Esxfen, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Welcome in.
Behold, a photon connector.
Ooh, photons. Am I okay? Yeah. Are you okay?
Ah, a beam of light so magnificent, it almost looks like matter being created before you.
Ooh, this is Neato Burrito. This is pretty cool. I like this.
Fascinating, isn't it? The connectors suspend photon crystals over electromagnets. As long as they're in line of sight to what I call a mother source, they create a powerful beam of light matter. A beam so powerful that it produces a surplus of energy. Although the connectors are just prototypes for the core, they display the very essence of light matter.
Ooh. Oh, I can connect them.
Know this, without the technology behind the connectors, photon crystals would be no better than diamonds, boring and devoid of function. The crystals possess great power,
Get
but
shit
it's
on,
my
diamonds.
technology that releases and tames that power.
Where do you want me to go? What are we playing? It's called Lightmatter. It's a puzzle game. Essentially, darkness is bad. Light is good. If we step into the darkness, we die. So, just like that. Cinder is stinky and a butt sniffer. Well, you know, sometimes you can't. It's okay to accept who you are and where your role exists in society. I'm satisfied with mine. Okay, I see. I need to get it back here. But how do I get this back? Look, all I'm saying is at some point in your life, you're going to have to sniff some butts. And, you know, you better be good at it when you go to do it, because nobody wants their butt sniffed in, you know, inadequately. Do I even need the other one? Yeah, I think I do. Sniff butts adequately, exactly. That's such a dog thing to say. That's such a cat oh my god, I'm dead. That's such a cat response. I don't know why this game causes my computer to take a poop. Hurry! Dude, Hurry knows all about sniffing butts. He's a dog. Okay, I think I know what I gotta do. We take this, we put it here. We go here. Take this over here. We take this with us. Hey, we did it! Yes! Good job, chat. You guys are so smart. Oh, that's death. That is death! More death. Oh god, I almost did it again. I can just start swinging my Van Hammer? Sweet. Ban 'em!
Assistant, I think a lot about the future. In these labs, I've spent years testing the prototypes under various conditions, all to ensure the success of the core. You see, although the photon connectors have 100.2% conversion efficiency, I've reached 107% with the core. I achieved critical mass. And Arthur wanted to stop at the prototype. Madness. He was so certain that the laws of physics were unbreakable. That is where we differed. Where he saw laws, I saw suggestions.
Now! He has banana hair. Whiskey does have banana hair.
In that tunnel, we expose the photon connectors to wind, water, and hail. These tests ensure that the core, no matter the weather, will survive. You are no crystal, but you should be able to handle a couple of rounds through it.
I'm definitely not a crystal. You are correct in that assumption. Oh, I got an idea. Bring this a little closer. Now we go back. I think we'll get it. Hey, yes! Chat, we're so smart. We're so good at this game, chat. This is one of the friendliest communities I've ever met. I'm glad I said, oh, well, Deadly Gamer, I appreciate that. Thank you. Super nice compliment. Oof, I definitely need both. Look at them. They're trying to get me clean. They're trying to shower me. I want to be Stimky. Let me be Stimky, damn it. Don't shower me every time I go through there. I want to be Stimky. +1 wrinkle. Yes, this chat is good for improving wrinkles in your brain. Oh, I guess I can't take this. Oh, I died. Ahmed's is pretty nice and a good welcome. Dude, Ahmed's is awesome.
Abusing yourself to
He's
wind,
also the
water,
big
and
boof.
hail will not make you superior to the core, assistant.
I don't really know how they want me to get over there. I can't get... No! No, no, no! How do I get that one? I need to get that one over. I need to bring that one with me. There's got to be a way to get this. I can't jump with it is the problem. I'm definitely pretty sure I need it. I see those. I see. Why aren't they connecting? Yes, give me those photons. Yes, radiation. Let's go. Dropping a lot of frames? What? It's probably the fact that this game apparently craps on my, apparently makes it hard for my computer to run. Oh, I'm not, it doesn't say I'm getting any drop frames on my end. Yeah, it might pop in and out a little bit. I don't know, this game, stresses my computer out more than apparently any other game I've played before. You have a question to ask about anxiety? Yeah, I don't really, I mean, depends on what the question is. Oh, okay, I think I know what I can do. I know what to do. I know what to do. I got it. I can put that back up there. Yep, okay. Watch this. Oh, don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. There we go. Okay, now we should be able to connect to that through the glass. Yes, there we go.
Excellent. You have overcome an obstacle and been baptized in the waters of
Wait, what?
Lightmatter.
How did I die?
I can almost imagine the stench of journalist fading away.
Okay, fine. I'll take it with me. Oh my god, I didn't jump. Hooray! Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this game just, I don't think this game is super well optimized.
The core. No matter
Yeah,
how many times
that's
we
what I
see
call it too.
It leaves us in awe, doesn't it, Assistant? This is everything Lightmatter Technologies has built towards. Every power cell, every connector, all of them combine to create this. By using photon power cells to collect the energy from a large-scale beam of light matter, I built a perpetual motion machine. Facts are facts. The energy is clean, infinite, and is about to usher in the next scientific revolution. Others will stand on my shoulders and see further than they have ever before. That will be my legacy. We will fix the side effects.
Yeah, we'll fix them. We'll figure it out. What's good? What happens if we go this way?
Let us
Ooh.
ignore the quakes for now. Imagine at the center of a city, a core providing sustainable and renewable energy to millions. That is the future we are striving for.
Where's my goal here? I'm assuming it's that way, so then we can go back like this. Deadly Gamer, take care. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad that you enjoyed your stay. Come on back sometime. Next one, so I'm off for the next couple days, so it'll either be tomorrow or Friday. I was planning on tomorrow though. I usually start about 2:30 EST. My stream schedule can be a little bit wacky at times because of the fact that I don't have a set schedule for work, so I usually just stream on days that I don't work. Okay, so I need to get over there.
You know, Lux looks up to me. Every day I see him acting more like me. His independence, his disregard for established convention. I even built a metal paw for him to make him look more like
No,
me.
Lux!
He
You
didn't
can't.
accept the gift, but I wouldn't have either.
Fletcher! Hey, Fletcher! Ah, damn it! Okay, I know how to beat that. I know how to beat that. Watch this, watch this. Okay, maybe I don't know how to beat it. I'll just not move it. Yeah, if I do that, that disconnects all that, doesn't it? Oh, it doesn't.
Now, you probably have your own ideas about the applications of light matter. But there's no need to
Oh,
write
I'm gonna
them
die
down.
right here.
We've
There it goes.
given a small-scale prototype to a test town of 500 inhabitants. For the first time, these townspeople have access to a steady energy source. They are now thriving.
So I need to get both of these over there where that one is, right? So I got to get both of these over here, which means I need to come this way with that guy there. While somehow... Alright, let's try this. I think at some point I need to send this over this way so it connects like that, because this is going to break that chain there. So what I'm going to try, let's try this. Let's bring this here. We'll go down this way. Oh, okay. So as soon as I put it on there, it dies. Okay. Now! I thought that would work. I thought I was smart. So that'll get me to about there. Then I need to get that over there. Okay, let's bring this with us. Let's try this again.
Do you know what inspires absolute loyalty, Assistant?
Money?
Quality of life. I provide it to my townspeople, and they build statues of me. Large statues.
Money works well too, you know. Oh, okay. Put that there. Oh, I almost screwed that up. Okay, okay, okay. So then we come here. Okay, we got it. We got it. We beat it. We grab it here.
Assistant, I now have the plan. To get you out, we are
Yes!
shutting down the core.
Okay.
When I left earlier, my path down there was blocked. And since I'm limited by my body, but not my mind, I wasn't able to get around the obstacles. As you have the opposite problem, you'll play a part in this. The core is very delicate.
Oh, he just called me stupid.
So I'll be up here in my control
Definitely
room
heard that.
managing the shutdown. As my assistant, you'll be the one pulling the lever. When I told James of this plan, he seemed jealous.
Yeah, screw James. Let him be jealous. No! God damn it!
You might be wondering why there are photon connectors inside an office space. Well, morale was low because of the rampant hair loss. So I implemented a photon fun hour.
Ooh,
During
cancer.
their breaks, employees were allowed to play with the connectors. Productivity rose by 12%.
Oh crap, how do I get back to that then?
So,
Okay.
James
I got
just
it. I
called
think I
me.
understand what they want me to do.
He's worried that since you've been weightlifting pens all your life, you have too frail a constitution to pull a lever.
Wow.
Let's see if he's right.
Wow. I'll let you know my constitution's pretty good. You aren't stupid, just short, stinky, and cute. I'll accept that. Yeah, I'll take that. That's doable. I could be a lot worse things in life than short, stinky, and cute. So you know. Yeah, I'll take it. It's not that bad.
Woohoo! Shazbot!
I agree, Shazbot. Oh, do I need to get the other one in here now? I definitely think I need the other one. Yeah, I do. Okay. So now we need to get the other one through that gauntlet. Shazbot! Indeed, some Shazbottery going on. Okay, we'll take this one with. Have you played Tribes? Yeah. Where do you think that came from?
Assistant,
Back before
you
it
need to
became
know
pay
what
to
will
win.
happen after the temporary shutdown.
Okay, what happened
Once
after the temporary
core
shutdown?
is off, the quakes and shadow anomalies will subside, allowing you to walk your fragile little head out of here.
Wow.
But more importantly, observing the shutdown will provide me the information I need to fix the side effects permanently. The core will repower, and it will shine eternally.
Black Mesa vibes and flashbacks. I need to play that. I haven't played Black Mesa yet. I actually have
Do you
never
want to
played the
hear a
original
secret?
Half-Life, so.
Aperture Science has an artificial intelligence prototype. They tested it by having it create the perfect cake recipe.
It's a lie!
It succeeded. But the first iterations of that recipe used neurotoxin as the primary ingredient. As a human being, I'm worried.
It's a good little reference. This one's been full of references for Portal. Okay, I definitely think I feel like I need to get that, but I can't 'cause it's behind a wall. Then how does it help me? Bit heavy-handed? Yeah, but yeah, it's still entertaining. Can I like... No, I definitely can't make that jump. Fold apart yet? No, what is that? Is it a puzzle game? What is it? Nice parkour. Shugaka! Whatever, Shugaka. Get out of here. Aria Bari, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Max Wild, thanks for the follow.
Nostalgic.
Welcome to the Floppy Flock.
Before I discovered this mountain, Arthur had a mineral collection. He called me over one day to show off a particularly rare example he had found, a photon crystal. I could see the potential immediately. And Arthur thought it was just a rare crystal. I thought he was brain damaged.
Damn. Party's on, hey! Am I missing something here? Oh, okay. I know what to do. Yeah, I know what to do as I throw myself to death. Lex, no, you're not sticking do not stick the photon crystal. Okay, I shouldn't have to tell you to not do that. You should just know to not do that.
Once upon a time I got COVID-19. I watched tons of Twitch inside my quarantine. Found a collie named Cinder. Vibed to beats without hinder. And now I am part of his scene. Thank you so much.
Aw, dude,
Love
Cyber
you
Panda.
all.
Cyber Panda coming up to 300 bits, making Tuck Stance. That was a really nice poem. Thank you. That was super sweet. I'm glad that I was able to make your quarantine more bearable. And I'm glad that you recovered.
That was the first thing I designed after Arthur's betrayal.
That was super sweet of you. Thank you.
Afraid of spiders.
Fold Apart is a puzzle game. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. What kind of puzzle game is it? I'm gonna put it down on my list, and I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it after the stream. DMC, oh my god, run, oh my god! I don't want to go back to the kennels.
Ignore that sign. As I've told you before, all groundbreaking technology has its kinks.
I think a lot of people have that kink.
Impressive. With that agility and complete disregard for your own safety, one could easily mistake you for a cat. I like cats.
Do you own a fursuit? Yes, I do. You can check I have a Twitter link to my channel, to my Twitter below. I post a lot of fursuit content down there. Smart move, Cinder. Smart move. Good move. Good move. Good freaking move.
Look at the plants around you, Assistant. We planted them yesterday. You see, light matter accelerates photosynthesis and makes them grow at an incredible rate. Imagine applying this technology to cultivation throughout the world. Famine, mass deforestation, floods, all of these relegated to history. Light matter will not only brighten the world, it will give life.
Hazarino! Guys, it's the Haz! The Schnoz Haz! Hazarino Schnozarino! Guys, Hazarino is the one who did all of my emotes that are freaking awesome. And they're just super cool. Well, all the new ones. All the new ones, Haz. You know what I'm talking about. Where am I trying to get to? I think I'm trying to get to over there. I am trying to get over there. I need to get one of those out. Green Fuzzy Tiger, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. Welcome in. Baja Hyena. Baja Hyena. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Fobby Flock. Welcome in. How do I get this out of here? Binder Volley. Oh, that's how. Okay. Crystals go.
You know, assisting me with the core will be the single most
Can I have that as
important
grow
thing
lamps,
you will ever
right?
do in your life. Around the world, hundreds of millions of people aren't connected to the power grid. We think ourselves so enlightened, but we are surrounded by a sea of darkness. To bring light, sacrifices must be made by all of us.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna bring this back over here. Like this. Boom. Boom! Boom!
Assistant, by now you must understand the significance of light matter. So it's about time you learn how Arthur almost destroyed it. 3 months, and a lot of hair ago, Arthur went to the board of directors behind my back. He proved to them that light matter was causing minor side effects. It was humiliating, but I solved the problem by installing the decontaminators. That is when Arthur started poisoning people. Later, that vermin of a man had the nerve to use that as further proof to the board. While we were investigating the matter, one of my employees discovered his plan to overload the core and destroy the entire facility.
What a dick.
Luckily, James and I stopped him before it was too late. Arthur paid for what he did. but nothing can redeem betrayal.
What a dick! I believe that's what we colloquially call a dick move. Ah, God, I didn't jump. Oops. Ah, okay, I put on the wrong one. Okay, watch this. Yoink, we'll take that. Actually, I do need that on there as well. Okay. Krakow, hey, what's up? Welcome in. I hope you're well.
The floppiest tears.
Dude,
Right
laughing. Laughing. What's up, laughing? How goes it in Yin World? I love that. I love your new VC face thing. You got the sheeb. I love it. Laughing! Coming with the tier. What's up for 4 freaking months? Laughing, you're covered under colic here, from the Choco Chip spots to all those horror games. I got you covered. Always good to have you, laughing.
All right now, you're getting close to the core, but the quakes are getting... Hold on. Yes, James? James, you have brawn, not brain. My new assistant and I have the situation under control. Stay at the outpost. Keep everyone safe. Goodbye.
Take me, darkness.
You know, assistant, I'm starting to enjoy your company and the qualities you possess.
Oh, now you like me.
You are persistent, replaceable, and silent.
Oh God, that's a mood. That's like 2020 the mood for healthcare workers. You're silent, replaceable, and dependable. So happy about it. I've been trying to figure it out since a while back. We never had his original files, and now you do, and now you look so scrumptious, so yin-like. What's this game about? It's a puzzle game. Darkness kills you, light saves you. It's about this guy who developed like this it's called Lightmatter technology, and in doing so, the shadows absorb all organic matter. So if you step in the shadows, you die. So you have to use lights and perspectives to light the way, essentially. It's a puzzle game. Ah, what the hell?
You need to handle bridges with more finesse, assistant.
Fuck your bridges. It's like the third one that's broken.
Your legs. Let's see. Yes. You are moving into my newer, more experimental labs. Communication systems and cameras are non-existent. Now, that area is dangerous, so stick to the exit signs. We're in this together. See you soon.
Yeah, I've been told that lie too. It's okay, we're in this together.
Ellen here. I'm having these intense splitting headaches. They only seem to go away when I stare directly into light. And I'm not the only one. We're all slowly turning into mobs, staring at lamps for hours on end. Not
Light.
only that, people are still losing hair and now fingernails. It doesn't make any sense. It's been weeks since Virgil and James handled Arthur, and still things are getting worse. I don't care what Virgil
Lamp.
says. The decontaminators are clearly not working, and just handing us wigs isn't helping. I need to figure out exactly what Arthur was doing, and why.
Why do I need that open? What is that? What purpose does this serve? What purpose does opening that up serve me? Ah, that's what it does. Go grab another one. And then we'll place this one here, and it'll connect with that far one. How does that get me down there, though? It doesn't. I don't even think I need this. This music reminds me of Satisfactory a little bit. Kind of like it.
Ellen here. Virgil has tightened the security into Arthur's office.
Take a sip of water, hold on.
But I managed to get in. I'm having a closer look at his overload schematics. And his experiment could really multiply the core's output by several magnitudes. Makes sense why Virgil's still tinkering with it. Greedy old man. What else is in here?
Hazarino, I know you do. It's fun. We've played it. I want to play more. I have to be in the mood. It's work.
Based on... Oh, he built a prototype of his experiment on the core. It says something about... shadows. Strange.
No!
Let me see. Multiple mother sources. The crystals are overcharged. And within a certain radius. Equilibrium. The results just say stopped. What stopped? My God. Cellular degradation stopped. He found a solution. Someone's here.
How do I get that?
Nobody believes a man of that status would poison people like that. Apparently, losing my hair at the age of 31 isn't proof enough.
Hello? There's light on it.
Nobody believes a man of that status would poison people like that. Apparently, losing my hair at the age of 31.
Oh, I gotta hit that. Okay. How do I do that? You know, it's Satisfactory in a couple days. Satisfactory is an amazing game, but sometimes I have to be in the mood to play it because you have to do so much. You have to do work. You have to do math, right? You have to math it all out. It's just, oh, I died. It's a lot of freaking work sometimes. And as much as I enjoy it, it's like, it takes so much time to, you gotta, just getting through the early game it is hard. The frames are dropping again? Are they still dropping? I seriously think it's this game. It's just not running great on my computer.
Arthur's theory. The core is not a perpetual motion machine. It's the shadows. The crystals draw energy from them. They draw energy from us.
Oh God!
Virgil knew, and he did nothing. If he activates the core, shadows will not only decay us, they will devour us. Arthur, this doesn't change what he did. But I need to finish his work.
They draw our energy. Well, that's not good. Super minimalist Factorio. I've never played Factorio. I know, obviously, because I enjoy Satisfactory, I'm sure that I would enjoy Factorio as well. And the perspective's a little bit nice because you don't have to worry about, like, the first person perspective of Satisfactory is probably why they had to simplify it a little bit, right? Because you can't make as complex as systems in the first-person perspective as say you can. You can't plan it out as much as you can with the third-person perspective of Factorio.
Assistant, get out of there. That's Arthur's... Oh, never mind. It's not safe. Hold on. I'll open the nearest exit door for you. Do not touch anything.
Touch. Oh yeah, let me get that crystal. Let me touch all this stuff. Touch everything.
Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard
You're
it.
not qualified for that.
Not too bad.
Do you remember when I told you about the power of Lightmatter? You are currently quadrupling that power.
Ha-ha, power! Yes, bathe me in the light. There's no more darkness. We're safe. Good job, guys. We won. The entire screen is white. We can no longer die. Quick, pee on it. Yes, come on, come on. Give me. Oh, it's mine now. I peed on it. It's mine. I own it. It's mine. Oh, this is a... We are the darkness now. Oops. Oopsies. Uh-oh! I made a fucky wucky! Sorry, guys! We screwed up! Let me guess, light hurts me now. Oh, okay. No, didn't quite make that. Oh, a little bit of lag. Here it goes.
Journalist, I know you are ambivalent about your survival, and so am I. But I will feed you to the shadows before I allow you to destroy Lightmatter. That explosion. Understand that blast injuries can be quite serious. They can cause cochlear damage, retinal failure, and most commonly, hallucinations. Keep that in mind. Now, you must do as I say. We need to fix the shadow anomalies, not kill ourselves.
No, I kind of feel like that I was making some progress there. That Spot on! Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Flame the Red Wolf. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock.
Journalist, you will still be pulling that lever, but your little experiment cost you your title as my assistant.
Okay.
I, on the other hand, still maintain the title of CEO, also known as the person who knows what he's doing.
Yeah, then how did we end up in this situation, huh? You answer me that one? Yeah. Oh. God damn it.
Tell me, journalist, In your day-to-day life, do your bosses hate you?
Yeah.
Based on your recent behavior,
Yeah.
you seem to be extremely impatient, unable to take orders, and have a ridiculous urge to push buttons.
What am I missing? There's got to be a way to get that turned on with just one. There's got to be a way to turn that on with just a single little guy, little thing, whatever you want to call this. Because I need to get some light in here so I can grab that. I need to get that. Oh, hey, look! More portal stuff. What if we do like this? Oh, that didn't do it.
Yes, feel free to continue pointlessly
Okay, you know
opening
what?
and closing these doors.
I don't want to hear from you, dude. I don't want to freaking hear it from you. Okay, and then if I take this, I should be able to... Yes. Oh, no! Okay. Right idea. Watch this. We just gotta kind of like... Just gotta keep that... There it goes. Okay. Okay, okay. It doesn't matter because we don't need this one anymore. Oh no, I do need that. So I gotta get this one in there. Okay, okay, okay. We'll just take you. Okay, now if we go back this way, we can jump that. There we go. Bring you with me.
I am not impressed.
Well, I am.
Commitment to the cause would impress me.
How does your OC work? What do you mean? How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Maybe this. Is that what you're asking?
Journalist, I have an idea. Do you remember that exclusive we talked about a while back? We are going to pivot. You will be writing about Arthur. Do you know how many people he would have killed if he succeeded in overloading the core? The initial blast would have killed 290 workers in the facility. The ensuing rock slide would have killed another 80 at the surrounding outpost. In total, 370 dead, all by Arthur's hand.
Well, that would have sucked. Yeah, a flashlight fixes this entire situation. I don't know if this needs to go here, but it's the only place I can really put it.
Now that I think about it, I hope you're a tabloid journalist. I can imagine the headline now. Lightmatters as truth shines on shadowy Arthur. Find a pen.
Okay, I should be able to send this over there, and then that'll light up. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Can I just take this with me down this way?
You know, I have read the journalist's creed, journalist. It needs an update. Accuracy, fairness, and a distrust of Arthur are the fundamentals to good journalism.
Now, you really want me to be against Arthur? It makes me think I should be against you. Kevlar K, dude, hey, what's up?
When you almost killed yourself with that explosion earlier, keep in mind Arthur built that makeshift suicide machine. So in a few years, when you've lost your hearing, eyesight, and mind, just remember you have Arthur to thank for that. And yourself.
Okay, I'll remember that. Somehow I need to get over there. Oh, that's not it. I somehow need to get on that side with everything I've got going on right now. And just haven't figured out how to do that exactly. Idea. Take this. Arthur! Ah, that was dumb. Running Paul, what'd you do? Running Paul, why do we need to know your real name?
Arthur was obsessed with dangerous experiments, but I trusted it was for the better. So I once flew in a team of nurses to follow him around.
Hey.
It helped, until he started ruining their hair. I didn't know it was his fault, so I ordered them a box of wigs. They refused and went home.
I need to get this. I need I need to get that light over here. Because I need it for down there. I need to figure out how to... I need to figure out how to get it over here. And I'm not really sure how I do that at the moment. I can't. I have to be up there to hit that button. Otherwise, I would just ride that. Don't give me hints. Don't give me hints. I'll figure it out. I'm just thinking out loud. That's all. If you're talking about this light over here, there's a broken platform, so I can't jump that. So that light can either be in that position or it can be in that position right there. See, I can't jump this.
This is my newest version of Photon Fun Hour. I turned it into a team sport. Productivity rose by another 8%.
So my two choices are here or there. But I need to find a way to get that light on the other side.
I wish you were more like James. Hello, James.
Oh, oops.
Wait, Cave. You know very well how the launch event went? No, my hair hasn't grown back. Enough about me. How's the... Hello? Oh!
Another Portal reference?
Smuck, moonrock poisoned, astronaut killing, shower curtain salesman. Oh!
Angie! I wonder if that'll give off enough light. Yeah, it's supposed to be Cave Johnson. Nope, I can't make that jump still. Son of a...
Yes, journalist, I know. You're in your natural habitat, the office. But please control your insatiable desire to sit down and play with words.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep kind of trial and erroring this. Maybe I missed something back here. Doesn't change what I need to do, which is get that over there. I need this lamp over on this side. I somehow need to figure out a way to get the lamp over. I can either do it... with that, or I can carry it over. But I need to get it over there, and I can't figure out how, because if I send it over on the tram, then I can't cross this, and I can't cross the tram. I can't, because I gotta hit that button up there to do it. So then the other option would be to use one of these light beams to do it, but there's only 2 of them, unless I can figure out how to free that one. Which I'm pretty sure you can't. I'm pretty sure this is stuck back here, or it's just stuck. I figure, did I just figure it out? No one needs to know my real name. It's just sometimes the word brain, I tend to think about it. Dude, Loam! Loam! What's up, Loam? I figured it out. Shannon Fluffy Boy, hey! What's up?
You are approaching the core. When you get there, control yourself.
I'll try.
I know failure comes naturally to you, but this time we cannot afford it. If anything goes wrong, you will not only put me and yourself at risk. Everyone at the outpost, including James, will also be in peril. The core is powerful. Do not underestimate it.
Does it switch sides? Oh, it does. Whoa! Look at that little bit of light I'm on.
I have been observing you for a while now. You have the mindset for problem solving. You
Well, thank
take in
you.
your environment, study it, and find a solution. There were times where you got stuck, yes, but you were persistent. This gives me hope that you understand the importance of light matter.
What is this game? It's a puzzle game. Hey, get out of here. Is that gonna be enough to trigger that, I wonder? Doing okay? So if I take for... Heading
Although
path
you
of
have
exile?
done
Okay.
well, I have not forgotten the time you failed me. It has made me think about loyalty. You see, James follows my every word without question. It's not that he can't question it, it's that he won't, because he knows that humanity is doomed without light matter.
Shadow Fluffy Boy. Why do you gotta do that right now? Why you gotta make me think of a story right now? Ah! Hold on a second. I'm trying to think. I don't give me you gotta give me a prompt. Give me a prompt for something. What kind of story do you want? Do you want like give me a topic of some kind? Something to do with butts.
Now that we're getting to the end,
Hold on one second.
remember that James will be waiting outside. He is a boulder of a man with rock chips embedded into his skin. So please, when he restrains you for your own safety, do not resist. Arthur tried, and that did not end well.
Now! Now! Have you ever seen a pilonidal cyst? Oh, come on, that works. A pilonidal cyst is a cyst that develops at the top of your butt crack. Pretty common, especially for young men, especially like hairy men, young hairy men. You get a patient once, you can get surgery to fix it, but the surgery to fix it is actually like, they basically have to like make an incision on your butt, and I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. They like move the sinus tract over, so you end up with this like massive incision on your butt crack, and if it doesn't heal right, you can get like this nasty infection in it. And I've seen some people get some really nasty infections from that. I had one guy in particular who had like just his whole like, if you think of like from pretty much from like anus to top of butt crack was like a massive wound that we had to pack with gauze and stuff, and it was super gross.
Conglomerates, banks, investors, governments. There is not a hand I have not shaken. Only light matter can compare to the power that we
I need to get both of those over
possess
here.
combined.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do this.
You're not just facing me. You're facing all of us.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. They just drained it and gave me antibiotics. Yeah, they hurt like hell. They hurt like hell. They're not fun. Dude, I don't know what the hell, how the hell I'm supposed to do this. I think I might have screwed myself.
Journalist, fire created the tempered steel that surrounds you. The pillars that hold up this facility and my leg share that same steel. Lightmatter and I, we are one and the same.
I don't know what to do. I think I know what I need to do. I need to get that over here. I'm just trying to figure out how to maneuver these little shits right here. I have some ideas. I think I can. I either need to like. But then I can't turn that on because this doesn't go here, which is stupid. So this needs to stay with me. But now I'm stuck over here, so that doesn't help me.
These quakes are the last rumblings of the laws of physics, desperate to hold on to its old ways.
If I could get that over there without turning this stupid thing on. I can't get I don't know how to get this one off of this area. I really don't know how to get this one off of here. That is what I need to do. I need to get this either over there. Oh God, Tux!
Smash! Smash!
Yeah! Hi, babe. What'd you get me? Guys, Tux is home. Ugh. Just in time for me to get frustrated at this puzzle. Ugh. What'd you get me? Ooh, where's this from? Ooh. Thank you, babe. What'd you get me? What is this? Good. Is this the cinnamon?
Tux.
Yeah, is that all you're gonna say?
Tux.
Okay. Thank you, babe. So demanding. Well, I want to know what he got me. I think it's important to know what, you know, what food your boyfriend brings you. Thanks, babe. He's leaving. He left. He's closing the door.
Tux.
Oh, he opened the door again. Bye. Bye, babe. Ooh, and I get some coffee. Is Tux a Pokemon? He is today, apparently. Okay, I just need to get over there. I just need that other, I need that other stupid thing. I just need it. I don't know how to get it. Oh, this is pissing me off. Is there a way to like reset this?
You are approaching the core. When you get there, control yourself. I know failure comes naturally to you, but this time we cannot afford it. If anything goes wrong, you will not only put me and yourself at risk. Everyone at the outpost, including James, will also be in peril. The core is powerful. Do not underestimate it.
This one has to go across this way because there's no way for me to cross this without turning on that. So this one has, I have no choice. This one has to go over that way. The problem is I don't know how to do it. Any suggestions? I'll take suggestions at this point. I'm getting frustrated enough with this puzzle. Can you replace the lamp with the light? Son of a bitch.
Observing you for a while now. You have the mindset for
I'm
problem
pissed.
solving. You take
So
in your
stupid.
environment,
God damn it.
study it, and find a solution. There were times where you got stuck, yes, but you were persistent. This gives me hope
Moss,
that you
hey!
understand the
What's up,
importance
Moss?
of light matter.
Moss, okay, now I can do this. Kodai, hey! Oh, okay.
Listen, although you have done well,
I think I got it.
have not forgotten the time you failed me. It has made me think about loyalty. You see, James follows my every word without question. It's not that he can't question it, it's that he won't, because he knows that humanity is doomed without Lightmatter.
Okay, we got it. Stupid freaking puzzle. Stupid! This puzzle sucked! No, that was a good puzzle. We got it. Ooh, an elevator. Oh, my frames. Oh my god, what happened? Oh my god. Okay, there it goes.
James,
Lux!
calm yourself, James.
I heard the cat.
Grab a lamp and create a safe zone for everyone at the outpost. James, listen. We have hours before the shadows reach the nearest city. What? I don't care that it's a solution. Why would you even suggest that? You disappoint me, James. Good. This will all be over soon. The journalist is almost... Wait. Why is this on? James, I'll call you back. Journalist, what you just heard. Remember who I am and what I've sacrificed. Lightmatter.
Does James the cat know
cost me
Lux
my
is the
neck,
cat?
my friend, and my reputation. But that is nothing. I am willing to sign my checks in blood for Lightmatter. I am a man of obsessions. Do not make yourself one of them.
Ooh, look at that core. It's so pretty. Tox is the cat? No, Lux. Lux is the cat in this game.
I've prepared the
Virgil's-
shutdown procedure.
or
Now,
Virgil, whatever his
pull
name
the
is.
lever.
Okay, but what if I don't?
Excellent. It worked.
No, it didn't.
It's completely self-sustaining. Magnificent. Journalists, are you seeing this? Even without the mother sources, the core can power itself. Let's see. Crystals
We're
stable.
screwed. We're
Energy levels
screwed.
stable, although slightly decreased. And shadow anomalies have not subsided. However... Yes. Listen, we have exhausted all your options for exiting the facility. But since I now know what steps to take, I will fix the shadow anomalies. Now, I do not trust you around the core, so
Bites
you're
does it?
staying in that
Are we
room.
close to the end?
If you're hungry, well, the human body can survive 21 days without food. And as for water, I can turn on the sprinklers. Goodbye, journalist.
Give me that water. Are we close to the end?
Whoever is listening to this, the core can't be shut down. It needs to be destroyed. Get to the control rooms surrounding the core and you'll be able to overload it. It will neutralize shadow anomalies everywhere. I tried to do it myself, but the core is surrounded by guards. And Virgil is onto me. Nobody here is facing reality. They're ready to follow Virgil off a cliff. No one is willing to help me. But I hope you will. First off, you need to react.
He put me in the kennels. Let me out.
A sequence I created will give you access to the other control rooms. Don't worry, you won't be seen. When this recording triggered, it also deactivated most cameras surrounding the core. I know overloading it sounds dangerous, but trust me, you'll survive. Good luck.
Okay. I'm down to clown. Let's go.
already that bored. What exactly are you expecting to achieve? Wait, why are the cameras? Oh, never mind. I'm sick of looking for journalistic piece anyway. Listen, if my control room bores you, then write an article about it. I have work to do.
Yoink. Now! Damn it. Hardcore parkour. I guess we just wait. No! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Lux!
No, that won't work. Not now, Lux.
I like this movement. Y2J, hey! Oh, that sucks. Okay, I know what to do with that. No! Damn it! Yeah, we talked about the COVID vaccine and how mRNA vaccines work. That was the last lecture we did. Ooh, give me them frames. Yeah, good luck.
If you proceed any further, it will annihilate you in ways.
Whatever you say, dude. No. Speed run.
You have left me with no other choice. I will feed you to the shadows.
Yeah, feed me.
You're not a journalist. Tell me, what were you doing before I first spotted you?
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Dude, Taylor coming with a rate of 16. Holy freaking crap, from one collie to the next. Dude, Taylor, thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful HWK. It is a floppy raid, guys. Spam the flops. Spam those flops. Oh, wrong button. You guys came in right at the end of the stream. We're gonna finish this game here. Avery the Waffle. Dude, Avery, what's up? Avery the Waffle coming with the Twitch Prime sub. Is that the Avery? Is that the Avery that I know? Avery. Avery the Waffle, you're covered under colic hair from the syrup to the butter. I got you covered. Cause you're a waffle. Guys, we're gonna finish Lightmatter. Tay, what were you playing? What were you doing? What are you doing, Tay? Oh, it's good to see a fellow flop dog. All right, let's finish this.
Stealing data from our servers? You know what you are? Spy!
Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, can't go that way. Finish the first Spyro. Nice, dude. The first Spyro is the best one.
Did Arthur
It's my favorite one.
Is your loyalty that blind? Think about that night. He tried to overload the core. What if he caused the shadow anomalies? And all of that complaining? Oh, I can't control the shadows. Well, I can't control the shadows, and that's because of him. It's all because of Arthur.
Guys, we're trying to shut down Lightmatter. Oh God!
It's been 3 months and now you are nearly close to getting partnered. Romantic face, romantic face, romantic face.
Dude, Y2J! Y2J coming out to Twitch Prime sub for 3 freaking months! Y2J, you're covered in colic hair from the Y to the J. I got you covered. Am I supposed to go back that way? Oh. I am supposed to go back that way, okay. Oh, that's... okay, I can go through. Ooh! Gotta be quick!
Who cares if the shadows destroy a couple of cities? Without Lightmatter, we won't just lose cities, we'll lose our future!
Well, I mean... oh, what are these? Oh, because they're losing their hair and their nails. That's right. All right, here go my frames. Watch them drop.
I am going to shove you into a hole so dark, even photon crystals won't
Lamp.
be able to reach. Hear me, spy!
Yeah, burn it down. Oh God, that's gonna kill me. He's angry? Yeah, we're destroying his life's work. Tux!
Beep beep wolf stealing all the sheep. Collie can't compete. Gonna have a delicious treat. Beep beep.
Tux did come out with the 50 bits making himself dance. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Also, don't eat my sheep. Also, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? I can cook, or do you want to go get something?
Mark my words, spy! Before this is over, my shadows will disintegrate you atom by atom! James, what took you so long?
Sounds like a lamb night. Wow!
Who is this? In the facility? When did he leave?
Dude, he is. Can I get some Cinder Angries in the chat, please?
Spy is almost at the final switch! Get down there and stop this! Now!
Can we get some Cinder Angries for this guy? I like this platforming part here at the end. This is fun.
Spy! Your crusade is over! James will find you! He will crush you! He will rip you apart! One limb at a time! And it won't be quick! No! You will suffer and you will beg!
Oh yeah, make me suffer.
To erase you from your miserable existence!
Virgil's not happy with me.
Woohoo! Shazbot!
Thanks for the host.
Wherever you are, spy, this is far from over.
Oh God! Someone is upsetty spaghetti. Very upsetty spaghetti.
Do you hear that? This entire mountain is fighting against you, spy!
Oh! No, wait, I ran off. Yeah, the music is pretty good.
You're trapped. Our time together is finally at an end. Now watch as I close the gate and relegate you to darkness. Ah, James, you made it. You're just in time to watch this vermin get devoured by the shadows. Pest control. The applications for Lightmatter truly are...
Barbosa, hey! What's up, Barbosa?
What are you doing? No, James, don't!
Yes, James! Kick his ass!
You traitor! I thought you were better
Hurry,
than
but
this.
slowly.
Better than Arthur! Better than... You... Don't pull that
I just
lever.
broke my ankles.
Do you want money? Power? Please, I will give you anything. And Arthur, he can have Lightmatter. Just think about what you're throwing away. We can power the world. We can save humanity from pollution. We can save humanity from itself.
Hurry faster! Mr. Fluffy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Ah! Did I though? I think I saved us. It was staticky. It was all a dream.
Lightmatter is ruined.
Yeah. We did
I
it.
do not have the resources to set up another operation.
That's unfortunate.
Last year, 200,000 died from floods.
I am looking for a good boy.
2.5
Can
million
you help
died
me
from
find a good
pollution,
boy?
3.4 from starvation.
Right here.
Yes,
Right here.
I was reckless.
I'm one.
But I was reckless for them.
Thanks for the 50 bits, no. No,
Every
Oreo.
shortcut I took, every moral I compromised, was for their benefit. Yes, Lightmatter had issues,
A tad bit of dead, a couple deaths.
but now I'll never know if I could have solved it. I was never given a chance to see if I could have solved it. Their deaths are on you.
Yeah, I doubt that. I don't think they are. They're not. A little bit of projection on your part, I think. Pretty sure you killed them. Hey, we beat it. All right. Ang Dragon, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Fobby Flock. Welcome in. Another easy game. Oh, that one was a little tough. Just in time, because I'm hungry. I want to eat. I'm hungry. We had some hyperclaps in the chat, guys. We had some hyperclaps. The poggers with the hyperclap is so good. Speedrun stats. They have a built-in speed run. That's actually pretty neat. There are 38 levels. This would be kind of neat game to speed run. All right. Let's figure out who we're gonna raid because I'm hungry. I want to go make some food. You know who we can raid? I know who we can raid. I know who we can raid. Someone who claims that I don't like him. Vitamin C. Mr. Tangerine Boost. Let's go raid Tangerine Boost. They're about to start soon. We'll go show him some love. I don't know what he's playing today. What's he playing? Welcome to Elk. Elk's in space. Let's go do that. Let's go raid Tangerine. Wait, what? Why is it not showing up? Let me see if I can get his. For whatever reason, it's not showing up on the raid list. Try that again. There it is. Okay, got it. Let's do Cinder 7 hype. Vitamin C! Guys, I might, since we beat Lightmatter today, I might do VR stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'll let you guys know what I end up planning doing tomorrow. But I should be streaming tomorrow around 2:30 Eastern Central Time, or Eastern EST, whatever you like, whatever Eastern Standard Time. I think it's EST, yeah, that one. 2:30 tomorrow, guys. I'll see you then. Until then, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for everything. You guys are freaking awesome, dude. Blutra, you're insane. You know that, right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a good night. Bye.